Yo, this is Doughnut Shop Collective, and we're in the attic with A.M and Tommytynz. We kill cowboys in the attic. Tune in on Attic and Friends.
Shit.
Clink.
Before it even began.
We have a vibe jar here at the attic.
Every time you say vibe?
Yeah, every time we say like vibe. What was the other one?
Well, but not we.
You say vibe, bro.
I don't.
Like you say
I don't.
vibe, bro.
I don't.
know.
It's all
I don't
about
know.
you.
I don't.
It's all about you. You're
Yeah,
you're very
sure
delightful.
I'm not sure where this comes from. Oh, let me see. No, what's it called?
Yeah.
I don't think it's plugged in. Is it?
I think I did hear something in it, but I just don't know which side is left and right.
Oh yeah. We all good.
No, that makes a difference.
If not, I think you have other headphones, right, Bass?
Yeah, I got them.
Yeah, if they're no good, you know what I mean.
No, these are
Good. All right, bet.
yeah. Do I hold this whole time?
Yeah. This whole like try to like speak as close
Speaking
as
to
you can.
the circle.
Exactly.
It's kind of like, all right, step into the vibes. Put something in the jar.
Clink, clink. But anyway,
Yeah,
we're
it's the
stepping
fastest
in.
knockout of
We're
history
stepping
right
in the
there.
attic. Because we start when randomly. I like that more. I like the cold opens more than welcome to the attic, guys. I don't like that.
No,
Hey guys, it's us with another video.
Right, it's us with another episode. But hey guys, fucking welcome back. Tommytynz, River Warlord A.M, We Kill Cowboys in the Attic. We Kill Cowboys in the Attic everywhere you get podcasts, guys. Remember, like, share, and subscribe.
Attic and Friends on YouTube. Attic and Friends on Twitter now, I suppose.
You made it. You made it.
Yeah.
We talked about it, and you were like, "Hey, bro, you trying to make this?" And I was like, "Yeah."
It was right in the midst of all the controversy. Like for when we were like wrapping up, everyone was wrapping up Gaithersburg.
Yeah, I was
being
right.
racist. Did you see that on Twitter at all?
No, what do you mean?
Nah, it's like yesterday, or the day before, like someone posted on Facebook or something like it's they're on a boat and they're like with a Trump flag in the back, and they went to Gaithersburg, and this pandemonium just ensued.
I don't like this.
Basically, it was a lot of like, hey, I don't like this.
I can't move on with my life.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, I mean, I feel like the Trump supporters, they're in disguise nowadays.
Oh,
You
would think. You would
just
think.
never
but,
know.
Yeah. But anyway, guys, we have a special guest today. Owner, right? You're owner of the donut shop.
Yeah.
Owner of the donut shop.
Me and all my personalities,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'll say
All of us.
all the personalities, general
All of us.
creative, and
The other AM is still at home.
exactly. And Elisa
Elisa, yeah.
of Doughnut Shop.
Look at the strength! Look at it!
The strength. How you doing, man?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing well, man. I'm doing real well. Like this is like the first official time we're meeting.
I know.
We've seen each other in passing a lot, just because like little known fact, you live like or used to live like what 2 houses down from me. Yeah, like right on the hill, man. And yeah, it's crazy.
Just,
yeah,
it's a small world.
It's
you
t-
know?
it's a tiny
and now
world.
We're here.
Such a fun little community we have here.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, you just don't know like who's here and who's
That's
being
just how the
creative.
universe works. We're supposed to be here right now.
Exactly,
So-
man. It's great,
I've kind of always believed that. I've always believed that the universe is like very, very chaotic and random, but then there's certain moments that are like designed just for you. And if you miss it, you miss it. There will be more. You don't know how often they're going to come, but there will be more.
Yeah.
But you've missed many, and you've also seized many, which,
Yeah.
brings us here.
And it's like RIP to all the opportunities that I did miss out on. So,
Yeah, exactly.
You know.
There's been plenty of them from on my end. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we're here now, man. But owner and proprietor of the Doughnut Shop Collective, man. Tell me a little bit about that, like more like the origins of the Doughnut Shop. OG Doughnut Shop.
You know what? I was ready for this question, and now when we're in the moment, it's just gonna have to come out a little bit more natural, I guess.
Oh
So-
yeah, dude. That's how I do
So-
any of these podcasts. I write notes and shit, and
Yeah.
like it just never comes out right.
I know, I
Like,
wrote
my-
it in my phone, but I was like, I'm not gonna read this off the screen. It's gonna kind of sound
like,
robotic.
Well, the Doughnut Shop. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, fucking, you know.
I mean,
When I was in my room, I had an idea for a,
for a
No, I'm Jay-Z. I'm Jay-Z. I'm all off the top. I don't write.
basically, it was kind of it kind of was born over a couple of years. It didn't just kind of come out of nowhere.
Okay.
Like in high school, which, I mean, how old are you, by the way?
I'm 22.
Okay, so,
Yeah.
I'm 27.
Okay, yeah.
5-year difference. There's a good 5 years of experience right there.
Age is but a number.
Yeah, so...
Maturity is but a mindset.
So, while I was in there, I was just kind of like... It was always just... Not necessarily like an outcast, but just kind of like different. Like I never fit, so I kind of just like I just kind of like fluttered around.
Where
like,
you were like kind of like a floater.
Yeah, like I was like, you know, like I'm gonna hang out here, then I'm gonna hang out with like Ben and them, and then I'm gonna hang out here. You know what I mean?
Shout out Rockwood, man.
Free agent.
So
Yeah.
it's just kind of like I just never really had a place, but I just felt like maybe other people were like kind of like that, and I really like when it comes to clothing that like anything goes. There's just no.
Actually,
There's
hold
no
a little closer to you. Man.
right here.
Yeah, just up a little more.
Right here.
Yeah.
All
Oh
right.
yeah, where that's gonna be comfortable for you. Yeah.
Is it good?
That's perfect. Yeah, that's perfect.
I just wanted to look kind of like weird, but
Yeah, that's perfect.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so I hear myself a lot better now.
All right, bet.
But
Cool.
yeah, so it was just kind of like I just kind of realized like, you know, I'm not the only one, and I always just like I don't know, I just wanted to be myself, like self-expression kind of thing. Like everybody says that, but it's just like
It's important.
Yeah,
yeah.
It's important. It's one of those cliches that became cliches because they're kind of it's an important thing.
I mean,
you
I'm
know?
like first born American in my family, so like they moved here. We're from
okay.
Lebanon, you know what I mean?
Oh, nice.
So
Oh,
it's
okay.
kind of like you kind of have this like I guess I don't know if you could call it like a stigma, but like they want certain things from you because they're just so like used to it, and they're just like. And then I'm over here, I'm like gay, and I'm like eccentric as fuck, and I'm just
Right.
Although I like fucking rock music, and
Yeah.
you know, like my friends
You're
are weird.
You're a cool cat.
You know what I
I'm
mean?
saying?
And that was just weird to them. So like,
Is
was
it more like I'm sorry to interrupt, but like is it more like of their Lebanese culture or like immigrant parent culture? Do you think? Because I think there's a difference between the two a little bit.
I think it was like Lebanese. Like we're very high maintenance people. I wouldn't say we. I don't want to put myself in that category, but like you know, my culture is a very high maintenance, materialistic. You know that kind of thing. So, and I think like, and my mom's never gonna watch this, so it's all good. I can
Right? Yeah. You know,
I
who
can talk my
cares?
shit.
Who cares?
But
bro?
yeah. So like
Neither's
basically,
my mom.
so basically like
I already blocked my mom on all platforms.
That's smart.
they always end up finding you. They always end up finding you.
Yeah,
But
your honor something just finds your ass.
but yeah,
man.
so basically like it was just kind of that, like it's like that angsty, like, you know, like I feel like growing up we all like listened to rock music and hated our parents, and we're just like fuck you mom
I mean,
and
it's the
dad.
suburbs, you know.
Yeah,
You know what
I
I
think
mean?
it's very, varying degrees. Like, I never got like the like, oh man, I hate this town. I want to get out. It was just more just like I'm just angsty for no reason. Just
Yeah,
angry
like
all the time.
you don't even know why. You're just like, wait,
like-
my parents never really did anything, but they just won't let me be myself, and I'm mad about it.
I think more of mine, it was just like, stop being so supportive. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need something to rebel against. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, wait,
Like-
no. Then I have mine who are just like, no, be a doctor, a lawyer, an engineer. You know what I mean? Like all those
Yeah.
kind of things are like, why aren't you like your cousins? And I'm like, bro, because I'm myself. Like,
because my
and
cousins are unhappy.
Yeah. Then they blame America, and it's just like a very big cycle. So I mean, it was just kind of like
You can always blame America. Bro. That's never wrong.
it was kind of just like the journey to be like, no, fuck this. I'm just gonna do something that I truly believe in, and you know, like just like Warped Tour vibes, like, you know, what is it? To Write Love on Her Arms, like,
back to back.
you know, like all those kind of things growing up. That was just kind of like a community based thing, and I was like, you know what? Like, I want to do something that's just kind of like is. Like everybody else wants to do something that's a little bit different. They just want to add their little flair to the world. But I also just kind of want something that's like all inclusive, like kind of thing. Like
I get you.
everybody can be a part of it. We're all, you know, just beautiful in our different ways.
Right.
And we're all diverse. But the actual concept came to me like in 2014, I want to say.
Okay, yeah.
When I finally was like, fuck you, mom, I'm moving out. And I just
I don't
like,
need this.
Yeah, so I ran
I'm
to
outta
like
here.
South
You know your
Carolina,
rules?
like literally
Oh.
fucked off to another state.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
That's a bop. Yeah.
Wait, where'd you say I didn't hear you?
South Carolina.
Oh, South Carolina.
South Carolina.
Myrtle Beach.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Myrtle Beach, bro.
Shout out Myrtle Beach.
I used to stay around like Hilton Head because my
Word.
my grandparents used to live down there.
Very gun-friendly places, you know.
Yeah,
you
it's
know.
fun, but there's no job, so it
No,
kind of
no.
like just sat there broke in my room. But I was like, I have a dream, and that's all that matters to me.
That's
so
all that sustains you.
Yeah.
You don't
God,
need
my stomach hurts.
all you need is your dream and some ramen.
yeah, so
Oh, God.
I mean, one day like I had come up with a couple of other things, and like I had I don't even want to talk about what other names I had come.
Oh,
like,
no,
come
right
up
out the
with,
ball.
'cause
You got
must.
right out the bad
they were
ones.
corny.
You got right out the bad ones, man.
You must.
One of them was like Oy vey, and the little like logo was a ghost. Yeah, very.
Oh man, I don't
Oh,
know. I
man.
kind of like Oy vey.
I like
What
it.
is the ghost just being like?
It was. I mean, it kind of looked like the Mario ghost, but with a twist. You know what I mean? Like, or like the ghost from Pac-Man. You know,
Oh,
just
yeah,
a little,
yeah, I
like
a
that,
little
yeah.
mixture. But yeah, I kind of like, I don't know, it wasn't speaking to me because I wanted something with longevity and a little bit more of like a deeper meaning. And so like basically I was just over there like surfing the internet, just like what is something that's just gonna like pop out to me. And it had been years, like since high school, that I had just tried different things. And I landed on this page I never have found this page ever again, even though I went searching for it.
Word.
But it was like 90s
See,
skate slang.
That was the universe moment right there.
That's what I'm saying.
You never found it again.
Yep.
So it was like 90s skate slang, and I was like, all right, so I'm over here, you know, you got gnarly, you got all these like cool little fucking
Radical.
yeah. And then I went to
tubular.
I just like scrolling down, and I found this one that just said, it was like obviously the word in the definition,
Yeah.
and it just said Doughnut Shop, and the definition was the pigs.
The
and I was
pigs.
like,
Cause yeah, I was like that was like gonna be a few more of my questions. It's just like, all right, so Doughnut Shop, but it's a pig.
yeah. So
Like, all right, cool.
so
So
it
yes.
kind of just like, I was like, just a flood of like, I guess ideas.
Like,
It was
yes.
just like.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, it wasn't a universal, yeah, I guess like a sign from the universe.
Yeah.
So basically, like, all these ideas just started coming up. Like, I'm over here. I had a friend that was working on she was just an artist, so I was just like, oh, like I can't really draw for shit, so let's just like, you know.
Oh man, that's
collab.
that's my problem too, man.
Yeah.
I have like a lot of ideas. Like I can't draw.
Did you
Yeah.
do this, or am I tripping?
What?
This
I mean,
one.
like I don't consider that really well drawn.
But that's art. That's
So, yeah.
art. You know what I
it's
mean?
Cool. You know,
Beauty
yeah.
is in the eye of the beholder.
Exactly. and it says like I heart hate.
And this is
like,
backcountry. I mean, that's all that really
Yeah,
matters.
backcountry. I wanted to get that
Can't stop
tattoo
here.
like
This is backcountry.
in my in my Xanax phase of life. I wanted to get the backcountry tattoo on here.
Oh
But
my
then,
God.
you know,
Hey, come on, son.
but yeah, then I was jokingly told that to my mom, and she was just like, "Yeah, you would have to find another place to live." So,
She's like, you can start packing your bags right
I was
now.
like, okay, I get it. I get it.
That's the one thing she won't support you on.
Yeah, exactly. Everything else, she's like, "Oh well, it's cool, I guess," you know. But like, yeah, she's like, "Face tat, you're gone, you're a goner." But
Yeah.
good. I don't. It's good. She keeps me balanced.
You know, she's dope. She's dope.
Yeah, man, she's awesome.
No, but yeah, so like basically like we just started drawing a bunch of things like a piggy bank with coins falling out of it and all this crazy
Nice.
stuff. But I kind of like the like double entendre, like all the different things that you can do like with Doughnut Shop pigs, like
Yeah, there's like
basically
a lot.
yeah, because it's kind of like, I mean, obviously right now, you know, we're in 2020, the cops are, you know,
Yes, sir.
they're pigs.
They're not fun people.
But
You know what I mean?
They're
So,
controversial.
Yeah. So I mean, I was like, this
They
is the year I've been
certainly
waiting
like to
for.
party.
Yeah.
they certainly like to party.
I was like, this is my year. This is the time. This is the whole like, you know what I mean?
Oh
This
yeah,
is
just to
my
take
moment.
advantage of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, but like, it just kind of like makes like a mockery. It's kind of more subliminal. I liked it because it's subtle and it's like,
I like making mockeries on
yeah,
the
it doesn't
Yeah.
have to be donuts. Like I could play around with donuts. I could play around with pigs, money, whatever. But it's
Yeah.
kind of just all in all, like it's basically like a mockery of the capitalism, the system that we're in, you know, that kind of stuff.
Capitalism.
So it just, you know, it's kind of fun. Like I can just have fun with the designs. A lot of people ask me questions like why a pig, and sometimes it
Yeah.
becomes offensive. So I don't give a fuck anymore.
It
I
has
just
to
kind of
be.
tell them because it is what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not for the older generation anyways. It's kind of
It's like
for
18
us.
to like 24.
Yeah,
Or like
it's
18
for-
to 30. You know what I'm saying?
It's
Something
for
like
us
that.
anyways. So I
For us,
just-
by us.
No boomers allowed.
So
No boomers allowed.
yeah, actually, what's really awkward about that is I was at MC and they had kind of like a Shark Tank thing.
Oh,
And
did
so yeah, so I was
Oh,
like,
that's
let me
great.
put myself out there. You know, like I'm afraid, like I have stage fright. So let me just like go talk in front of a bunch of people on
Yeah.
a stage.
Aversion therapy.
Yeah,
Right? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, and then sell them, you know, my brand that I've already basically established. But you know, I might win something, I might not, whatever. Regardless,
try,
it's an
you try.
experience.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
So, but we got to the point where, like, during all of the little like after school like gatherings that we had, they'd be like, so what is Doughnut Shop and what is the like correlation with the pig? And these are like older, you know, like
Yeah, there's like
In-
what's before millennial?
Before
It's like
millennial is
Gen-
Generation X.
Gen X, yeah, like Gen Xers.
yeah, no, I feel like they're still
Oh,
cool.
even
I'm
older?
talking about older, yeah, older
Oh,
than that.
Gen
So.
Yeah, those are boomers.
Because the Gen
Yeah,
X's, I feel like,
boomers.
still kind of, they grew up to like
They're okay
Tupac,
still,
Biggie,
yeah.
although, you know, there's some
Yeah,
of them
yeah,
did.
yeah.
But no, but basically, like, yeah, they were just like, when I told them, they're like, oh, that's so funny. You should definitely talk about that. And I was like, dude, read the room. I don't feel like
You're
I should
like-
talk about that.
Yeah.
And so they were like, so like gun ho. They're like, no, like, talk about it.
Yeah,
and
be
I'm
edgy.
like,
Yeah,
yeah,
be
and I'm
edgy.
like, all right. And I just feel like till this day in my heart, I shouldn't have talked
Yeah,
about
like
it.
that might have been it.
Yeah,
that might have
'cause
been the moment.
the slide comes up and it was just like,
They're like,
it was basically like cops with holding donuts, and I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, so the concept is, and I'm like, you know, the
piece of
cops, they're pigs and they stay at the donut shop. And I'm like,
Oh,
there's
And then you have the younger people who are like, oh my god, that's fucking hilarious. It's great. I love it. And then there's like everybody else who's shook.
Yeah, everyone else who like matter, there's like
Yeah, and I'm like,
I like it.
yeah.
and I'm like over here, like I know they're trying to be polite, but I'm like, oh, that lost me a lot of points. And I'm like,
probably,
but I
and
still,
some funding possibly.
I still won audience choice, so that was dope because everybody obviously I won the audience. That's what really matters because I don't care about the ones who
about like critics and shit. Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
that should be a category for like the like Emmys and good shit like that. Like
And the Emmys don't matter.
yeah, like but there should be like a thing where it's like, all right, well, who do y'all want? Like the people. Isn't
That exists. The People's Choice Award that exists. And
Yeah.
it's still
It's all a
It's an
bunch of
award show.
communists. It's all a bunch of
you wish they were communists.
yeah. I don't know politics. I'm not that smart. But so in your searching for like self-expression or whatever like that, like so were you always into fashion for real? Like is manifested in a thing you've always liked?
I mean, I always like the concept of wearing my own shit, but I feel like so does everybody else. But I mean,
But a lot of people like wearing other people's shit though.
yeah,
You know
I mean,
what
it was more like I like the like the fact that it's just such a statement and like it's like wearable art, like it's a wearable statement, like you can
Yeah.
basically put anything on a t-shirt and it just makes a point. And like that's what I really like about streetwear more than fashion, because I feel like fashion, like there's just different like levels to it.
Yeah.
And so I wouldn't like really think that I'm like, I wouldn't even be anywhere close to like Givenchy or something like that,
Yeah,
where
like Gucci
fashion
and shit like
is like
that,
up
yeah.
there. But I think like I like the hundreds. I like I never was
Yeah.
big into Supreme. I'm sorry guys, don't hate me, hype beasts. But I just never
They
was.
have a few pieces every once in a while that are
Yeah.
dope.
Doesn't everybody?
But yeah, exactly. But
Yeah.
doesn't everybody? Yeah,
but
I'm not a big
yeah,
Supreme
no, I
guy.
like the hundreds. I really like Johnny Cupcakes, like his
heard
story
of
and
Johnny
how
Cupcakes,
yeah,
yeah. I
the
fuck
stuff.
with him.
Like I just like certain things like or like Cause as an artist.
Yeah, I like I like a
obviously-
lot of his collabs.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, for me, obviously, I have like an entire sleeve
Oh,
just
sick.
because he's a lot of my inspiration. Just like how he kind of like
Hell yeah, dude.
turns anything into his own universe. So
Yeah.
even if it's the Simpsons, it's still like the Cause Simpson. Like I like that concept of just like your own universe. So every pig is
Yeah.
always like a different pig. So there's just like a universe of pigs because we're all different. We're all diverse. I like this like general kind of cartoony pig is like my logo,
Yeah.
but I do like because I collaborate a lot with like art, like different kind of artists. Like I said, I can't draw. I can do some digital stuff. I made my logos and stuff, but I just
Right.
can't do like this cool shit right here.
Yeah, I
So,
feel you.
so
it's all
yeah,
good.
so it's
I
dope.
didn't do any of our logos.
But I kind of like it because it kind of like I like that I'm just creating a platform like a collective platform. It's for everybody like I wanted it to be. It's just
Yeah.
kind of like creatives coming together and just creating stuff in this like basically I don't know, like society that doesn't like that kind of shit. Like
Yeah, it's like kind of like getting together with your own tribe. You know what I'm saying? Like we
Yeah.
we talk about this a lot on the podcast. Like what art and creativity are kind of gonna be pushed toward like in the modern age is going to be pushed toward like tribalism almost. You know what I'm saying? Like it's going to be state by state as opposed to these big like institutional places like Hollywood and New
Yeah.
York and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's gonna go back to like, oh well, what's the scene like in the DMV? What's the scene like in like Montana?
Yeah.
My
You know what I'm
nearest
saying?
big town, my nearest large town. What's it like
nearest
over
big
there?
town? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We'll have a scene in the next like 5 to 10 years.
Because
Yeah.
a few,
So, yeah.
it's been like 5 people. Like recently, they've come to me. They've been talking about Richmond, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on in Richmond?
Oh, Virginia. I thought you were talking about Richmond.
what is going on?
I thought you were talking about Richmond.
Apparently, there's like this huge creative scene out there. Artists,
Oh,
visual
yeah.
artists, music. Yeah,
We got
I feel like we're trying to start that here. It's kind of a struggle. There is a little bit of negative energy.
a little bit.
That's me sugarcoating
in the DMV?
it. Yeah,
Oh.
that's me sugarcoating it. But
I think we're doing pretty well.
yeah,
We're
but I
doing
mean,
better.
we're working on it.
Yeah,
Like
doing better.
I think it's just because we had to get over this like weirdness of like everybody. I don't know. Like I mean, Logic left, so he was just kind of like I'm
Yeah.
outie. Like I'm not even trying. But he
Logic.
got lucky, unlike a lot of people who
He
don't
did
have
get
that
lucky. He did get
opportunity. So just like shit changes, just like everything else does. So I think
Yeah.
like we're all trying to move forward into a more of like collective state.
Yeah, definitely. It should.
You know.
What you say, son?
I know. I'm saying, do you see this as more of a tribe building thing rather than a piece of streetwear? Because it seems like it's more
Yeah.
about what the clothes do than
I
the
think,
clothes themselves.
yeah, I mean, it's kind of like, it's more of like a symbol. Like I call it kind of like a movement. Like I like to, I like to pay the artists that I work with. Like I'm kind of like, I have this idea, and I really like cartoony things because like I just like the idea of like different universes kind of thing.
Yeah, and for me, like more cartoons, like more cartoony things, more people can relate to them. Like the more specific a thing gets, you're just like, oh, that's not me. That doesn't look like me. Like the more broad, like the pig, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like the cartoony pig. Like everyone can kind of see themselves in it.
Yeah,
you know
I
what
mean,
I'm saying? For someone,
and
like
that's that's like a part of me. I specifically wanted him to be, or it, or whatever.
Yeah, they,
to be like a cartoon because.
Inclusive addict.
Yeah, the inclusive addict.
An inclusive donut shop.
Yeah, the inclusive donut shop, guys.
But yeah, so like I wanted it to be a cartoon figure because I'm a cartoon fanatic myself. Like,
right.
What's your favorite cartoon?
What's one of your favorites?
I mean, I'm gonna be basic and say The Simpsons and Futurama, but honestly, I like Futurama more than The Simpsons. It kind of as I got older, I had more appreciation for Futurama.
It's like the American Dad Family Guy debate almost. Like you grow up liking The Simpsons and Family Guy, but like once you get older, you're like, I don't know, American Dad and Futurama.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like a more current one that I'm obsessed with is what is it? Gumball. I forgot like the Amazing World of Gumball.
Yeah, the Amazing World of Gumball.
Yeah.
I do like in the modern like Cartoon Network thing. Like I didn't like a lot of them, but like Gumball was cool because it had like weird animation.
It was dope. Like they just
it was cool.
Yeah, they just like mixed in like cartoons with and I don't even know, like it was like realistic, but like but
wasn't.
And but and then also like the things that they said, like the shade that Gumball throws, and I'm just like, this is made for us. Like this.
I always wish there was another like network or another, I guess, age structure,
like rating category,
like between 14 and 17. So you can curse, but you can't do the most.
You can say like hell
that was
and
Adult
damn.
Swim. I feel like now
a little bit. They're more like 18 plus. Yeah,
I'm talking about like right in the sweet spot. Regular show, Adventure Time, and Gumball would have been much better shows
if they were allowed to say like hell.
Yeah, right in that tweener category.
Yeah, I mean that's actually like something that eventually, like with growth, like that's why I like Doughnut Shop, and I just like the concept immediately when I said like that mind explosion, because I wanted to even work with animators and make like maybe a cartoon. Dope. Like there's just so many things. Like I wanted to do maybe like I'm just gonna give away all my things. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you a bunch of like anyway.
Yeah, like I wanted to do something like a kind of like a pop up like food truck kind of thing because it's donuts. So and like there's just like little things that I just had like little details that would just make it kind of stand out and dope, but that's just because I'm putting like a little piece of myself in it, like just that creativity. Like I can't draw obviously, but I have 1,000 ideas. Like I'm always thinking.
Steve Jobs couldn't code.
Yeah, like I'm always thinking, but just because I like, but that's what I'm saying. That's why I like the collaborative.
Mark Zuckerberg didn't have friends.
But I like the collaborative. Like everybody comes together and we just make magic.
Right, yeah. So I was gonna ask you, like, is it? I think it's kind of like what A.M asked you. Like, is it more of like a collective? Do you see, or is it more like a brand? You know what I mean? Because I see like you work with Ben a lot. You work with like Jade Amari a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like you work with a bunch of people. Like, do you consider yourself more collective? Because it's Doughnut Shop Collective, right?
Yeah. I mean, that's the whole point of me choosing collective, is because I wanted like anything I touch or anything I do something with,
turn
or do
to
something.
Gold.
Yeah, like basically like anybody I work with, like it's just like right now this is like a moment that I would say is part of the collective.
Whoa.
The attic
moments, baby.
Is this the one we decided on? The attic A.
What is it?
We didn't come to a vote.
That looks like a triangle.
But like it's like
you can't miss. Don't make people think you're Illuminati.
That's what I'm saying.
I have a Mason for life shirt. I don't care.
Can you imagine?
It's not a real thing.
Can you imagine that happens in the near future? Niggas accuse us of being in a secret society.
I mean, anything goes at this point.
I'm flattered.
I'd be 100% flattered. Like you guys getting all these views.
Yeah.
You must be a part of the Illuminati.
Like, wow, you thought I was at the meeting.
There's an actual IG, like Illuminati IG, that DMs people, and it's just like, yo, you want to join?
On God, they DM me. I'm not even trying to be funny. On God, they DM me.
No, son, Davey just walked past. The guy who just walked past. Yeah. Like they emailed him like years ago, and like he's like a member. I'm like, it's stupid.
I was gonna say, did you like entertain it? Because I mean,
I think
I'm curious.
If he comes back out, I'm gonna ask him. But like, yeah,
what if Dave was in the robe, like cutting the throat of a goat? You know what I'm saying?
Son, I wouldn't doubt it. Like, nigga, he eats berries off the tree. Like,
what? I mean,
I love that nigga. I love that man, bro.
That's my guy.
I mean,
That's
who
my
cares
guy.
anymore? You know what I mean? 2020. So
And like, yeah, the
just
thing.
who cares?
Would that be the wildest thing you heard this year?
Nah,
No, of course
I mean, yeah, that's one of the things. I was like sitting back thinking, like, I mean, we all we're privy to like the 24-hour news cycle, so we always think like, oh, right now is the worst time ever. You know what I'm saying? Da, da, da. But like, was there like another year like 2020? Like as far as like the negative shit that happened, I really don't think there was. Happened in this year.
I think 2012 had the potential, but then they were like, nah, they're not ready yet.
Yeah, there's like,
Let's push it back another 8 years of propaganda.
Yeah, they made a movie about it. We're not gonna do it this year. That'd be gauche.
Yeah.
That'd be so you know what I'm saying?
But I mean, basically, it's just like a shared platform. Like, it's just, anybody can wear it in whatever they're doing and just kind of like be a part of the movement. And the movement is basically just like be yourself. Who gives a fuck? Do whatever you want. Fuck the system.
Word,
you know,
that's
like,
great.
But there's just a lot of subliminals to it, so I have fun with it.
That's great. Yeah. So like, what do you think about just like the local scene in general? Because like you like collaborate with a lot of artists, obviously.
Yeah.
You know, like just like DMV as a broad and like Maryland as like a more specific. What's your opinion on the scene?
I think it's like, I think there's like potential, but like there's a lot of work to do, and like I know there's like a while where I was like, fuck this, I want to go to Cali, I'll probably do better there.
Yeah.
But then it's like
So did
everybody's
I.
going there, and when we have like basically a plant, like a garden that we could be just kind of like, I mean, with patience and a lot of water and all that good stuff and love,
Sunlight.
Of course,
we could tend to this garden, and it could kind of become what like a Cali or like a New York or whatever these areas are.
We've been saying it since episode 1.
Yeah, because
You know
I mean,
what I'm
there's
saying?
people like us and you guys and like Ben and everybody who I have done. We've put in so much work, and like I used to literally like put together like all these shows. Like I mean, I've when I used to manage artists, like, and I would one of the artists.
Oh, that was you doing like before Doughnut Shop? Your manager?
I was kind of doing Doughnut Shop at the same time, because Doughnut Shop, I've been like doing that for like since 2014. I guess.
No one goes into management. I'm happy to hear that.
Yeah.
So like, I was kind of doing like a multitask kind of thing, kind of like I guess Ben kind of does like his own thing and manages at the side. So
yeah, because he manages Brown Man, right? Or
Yeah.
Dylan. He goes by Dylan now, I think.
Yeah.
He goes by Dylan?
I think so. He changed it to that on his Instagram.
You know what?
Yeah.
That's probably better for branding.
Yeah, Brown Man.
He said
in the
that.
long run.
Yeah.
He did say
Brown
that.
man.
Yeah.
I get it. I get where
Yeah.
he's coming from.
No.
People are just waiting to see that name and then open it up and it be a white dude.
Yeah,
They're waiting to be mad.
They just want to be
You know what I
like,
mean?
please, please,
Please,
please.
please. Oh, it's not fucking Cal. God damn it.
It's not Kyle.
I feel like he just wanted to take like the race out of the name. So I mean,
Yeah, I get you.
that's
I
good.
get him.
But
I get him.
but yeah, no, like just putting together shows, like popping out on when we were doing like Raw Ink and doing shows outside.
Sir,
like,
shout out Raw Inc. we do shows there now again. You
Oh,
know what I'm
really?
saying? Yeah, like
Yeah.
my buddy, our guy, multiple 301.
Next
Oh,
generation.
Yeah, like
Guys
cause
are
like
parents.
before all this, like it was like our 4th show we were doing. We're doing like one
Yeah.
once a month. It was
Yeah.
great. Like a bunch of people came out for it. People came from like Baltimore and all that good stuff.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
it was great.
realistically, like it's dope to just kind of like if everybody worked together for once
Yeah.
and wasn't like
For
trying to be the
once.
star of the show, because there's enough light for the like basically all of us, but.
Yes. Preach.
If everybody just kind of got together and worked, like we could have these shows that there are vendors over there. There's
After COVID, obviously.
Yeah, of course.
After-
Social
okay.
distance.
But we're close.
like,
we're close. We're
yeah,
so close.
But
We're
that
so
was
close.
We're not close. We just don't care anymore.
Exactly. So we're close.
that was like the idea behind it at first. Like I feel like we wanted, pull up. There's food. There's dope. Like just
There is
kind of
dope.
things that you can. There's dope. There's just dope things that you can kind of get hip to in the area. There's like music, whatever. And
Be a part of your community.
yeah, like just
Yeah.
like basically community of creatives. Like anybody can pull up and show and sell their lip gloss or sell their whatever. It
Their
doesn't-
lashes. You
it
know what I'm
doesn't matter
saying? Yeah.
exactly. Like ladies want love. They
wanna
want
sit-
they want to shop too. That's actually where the money's at.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
so
saying?
people just pull up, and that there's so much potential in that. But then it's like nobody wants to come out because you're not going. I'm not going either.
Oh,
and
yeah,
it's
it's a lot
like
of that
it's like
bullshit.
you're not okay. Well then, basically you guys are just doing the same shit every
Yeah,
single fucking
exactly.
weekend. When you could like basically just come and be a part
Yeah.
of something bigger and support your friends. But for some reason, it's just such a problem.
It's a lot. It's something I even got over myself. Like coming out of high school, like a lot of like my now rapper friends. First starting out, I was like, fuck, what are you gonna do? What are you doing? You suck.
Yeah.
Because it was mainly because like
It's that guy.
they were starting out and they weren't good, but like also because I know you, dude.
Yeah.
I've been to your house. You know, I've seen you at your worst. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna like invest a lot of time into your dream, essentially.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I've gotten over that, and you know, the podcast kind of started through that and stuff like that.
I think the way we're moving, people are like more support local. You know, support like smaller businesses.
It's cooler now.
Yeah, like it's kind of like become the trend, and we had to wait for it. A lot of us kind of gave up before that, but you know, like some of us didn't. We're still here, and it's dope to kind of see, because then it's just people coming out of the woodwork, like, yo, let me buy a shirt, you know, let me like, yo, support. You've been doing this for so long, like I appreciate that. I'm like, where, like, I mean, I appreciate that you finally came around, but this shit's been hard. Like, you know, it's been an emotional struggle, because you're just like, fuck this. Why am I even doing this anymore? Like, no one's showing up, and it's like, who cares? Do it for yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like show up for yourself. And I think that's like, some people stay showing up for themselves, and other people just give up on themselves.
Yeah, bro.
It's like a difference.
I even see it at like the shows and shit. Like the guys who really like performing, like making music, like rapping and all that, and the guys who are just doing it for like cloud and you know, just for whatever.
Yeah, there's a difference. Like some
Yeah.
artists won't even come on stage. Oh, there's nobody here.
Yeah,
and I'm
bro,
like
I remember Davey all together bringing him up, bro. Like and Jaco too at the very last show, not the very last, the second to last show.
Yeah.
Everyone had left because what's his name? Some other guy went on. One of those RDI guys went on, and everyone came for them. And
the
one
popular
of them,
ones.
yeah, they all
said.
came for them, and they all left when they left.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
Which
then there
is
was
sad.
like, yeah, it's the
Why
worst. It's the worst
they
thing.
leave?
Huh?
That it's no good that they left. Also,
Yeah, no, exactly.
because
It's
that's the
for the
thing.
artist too. It's like no good for you to leave, bro. Like support your peer. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And then like there's two more performances. I think it was like Jaco and Dave, and there's like three of us in the crowd, and like we were just cranking, just like going crazy, like just three of us, and like they stood in the pocket. You know,
We
what I
just
mean?
gotta shut the doors and be like, all right, you guys,
bro.
there's a one way for the next hour.
Exactly, bro. You
But-
ain't going nowhere. There's everything you need is here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I
We
mean,
got-
and that's the thing, like taking on an event, like for me, I'm just one person. I don't,
Yeah.
like, I'm a collective, but that's because I think people, like, it's cool because people don't know who I am. They don't know what I look like. It's just kind of
That's the
like, it's
best.
like the element of like, you know,
This video's gonna ruin
mystery.
it.
Yeah, I know. I mean,
over.
I figured I should just kind of start being out there more, but yeah, it's kind of like the element of like mystery. Like they don't know if I'm a dude. They don't know if I'm a chick.
Yeah,
They don't know if I'm a
Doughnut
dragon.
Shop.
Like they don't even know.
Yeah.
I mean, I am a dragon, but
I was gonna say.
but like, you know, and they don't know if
I don't know how
like
to make dragon noises.
yeah, I talked to like another podcast, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we'll love to have y'all out here." And I'm like, "You guys are gonna be like, you're gonna be so
pissed.
sick when I pull up by myself." I'm like, "Hey guys, it's me."
Did everyone else cancel? Like, shit.
So, but you know,
It's
but
a
like
fraud.
putting together events and then taking on the responsibility of not only running the events but dealing with everybody's like emotions and like kind of micromanaging the whole fucking thing is like was just kind of taking a toll on me. And I think that's why I kind of like started like slowly, like I guess taking myself away from throwing shows. I still want to put events together of like actually just like pop-up vendors, like everybody just small businesses show up.
Yeah.
Because I think like we said earlier, like artist energy is just all over the place. Like some
Yeah.
people are just like, yeah, man, it's all good. Like, don't worry about it.
whatever.
Like trying to chill me out. And I'm like, no, because this person's upset and this person's pissed and this person like
Is threatening to leave.
their manager is like, hey, this is unacceptable. And I'm over here like, I'm sorry. Like, am I like, you know what I mean? Like how
one
do
person,
you expect me
brother.
to run the venue? Like if the venue's doing and messing up their sound or whatever like the case is, like it's just not my fault. And then
A lot of shit like out of your control. People come up to you
yeah,
because
and I think
you're the
that
one running the show.
One of
Yeah.
the shows you did where we didn't actually talk, but you did show up and you did rock out
Yeah.
was Aura Boy. He was
Yeah, Aura. Yeah, it
performing-
was like Aura, J Macadocious, and a bunch
Yeah,
of
yeah.
them. Yeah,
Those-
shout out
Damn,
Jay.
that's a good show. Fuck.
that
was a good show. It was a good show.
It was a good show because all the artists were sick, but then it just kind of like there was apparently the DJ went in like right when we were trying to start to go get some food. I was like, excuse me,
Like, what are you talking
you're
about?
getting paid for this? Like,
Yeah.
how are you just gonna go get food?
You're not
like,
gonna go grab fries.
Yeah.
Sit down.
Right, you gotta
and then everyone's
tell
like,
his ass.
coming up to me like, we were supposed to start at 10 o'clock. It's like 10:30. It's 11. And I'm like,
I remember
over
it
here,
did
like,
start
I
late,
don't
yeah.
know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and I'm just like running around like a chicken with its head cut off because I'm
Right.
just like trying to make sure everybody is okay. And I'm not even okay. Like,
Yeah,
this
exactly.
shit's a shit show. And yeah, like I mean, I think like after that, everybody was like rocking out, which that's like when my like the joy comes in. I'm like, yeah, everybody's having a good time. Like that's what the whole
Satisfaction.
point was.
Yeah.
But then it's like like basically because it started so late, like you could just see people just starting to like leave
Fade
slowly, and I'm like, they were waiting the whole time for music. They were just people who popped out of nowhere. Like I always just love that when I see someone who's like, hey, you just decided to show up, and it's like no one that ever comes out. So there's potential. People come out. If you just keep pushing, they will eventually be like, all right, like.
If you build
I'm
it,
gonna
they
come
will
support.
Come.
Yeah, but it's like
come.
it's just kind of like then when they do finally show up and that's the shit show that y'all show up to, like it looks bad on me because you know, like it just kind of looks like all these events are like that, and I'm like, I promise you, it's not. I'm over here doing customer service type shit. Like I'm like, please come out to the next one.
Like please,
like,
sir.
You know what I mean? I'm like, this is not even what like I've been promoting because there's times where it's like awesome, like it's just such a good time. There's so much energy, you can feel it, and then there's times where it's like, and those are the times that people don't show up. Like everybody's already there. There's a lot of people, but those are the times that the people who don't usually show up don't show up. Okay, and then when they don't usually show up, they show up when it's a shit show. And I'm like, I'm like trying to sell myself, and I'm like selling myself short. Like it's just like, I'm like, there's so much. Like I'm like, I promise, this shit's usually fucking lit. Like
there's like, well.
Yeah, and they're like, I don't know, I might not come the next time.
We'll see. If it's lit on the gram, I might pull up. You know
yeah, right.
But what would be like advice you would give someone like throwing a show then, like to keep it as smooth as possible?
The main one, don't do it by yourself.
Yeah,
I'm like, I'm literally just like, I just want to. I think for me, it's like I just want to do it because I hate the questions and I hate the like, you know, like I'm like, fuck it, I'm just gonna do it myself. Like Russ, shout out Russ. But it's just like I'm literally just gonna do it myself because it's just I have a certain vision. So if it's like I'm gonna bring this vision to life, then I'm just gonna do it myself. But that's wrong. Don't do that.
Yeah.
I think like I do always have my friends are like coming up to me and they're like trying to like just stop me because they just see me like, I don't know, just charging.
And stuff,
yeah, and they're just like, can you fucking chill? Like, sit down, drink some water. What do you need? And I'm over here like,
I need you to help.
I'm like, nothing. And they're like, no, tell me what you need. You're going to sit down. You're not going to move. And I'm like, I don't know. Like, I was like, I actually don't even know I don't even know where I was going. I don't even know anything, guys. And I just start breaking down. Like, so yeah, definitely do it with a group of like-minded people who all have the same vision.
I feel that.
And also like, I feel like do a little bit of research on the venues that you go to. Cause, I don't know, like, I don't really like throw out slander on things. Like I don't
you're
name
in the
names.
attic now.
Yeah. I don't really name names. But basically there's just a couple of venues that I'm just like never going back to because they're just like absolutely horrible communication, unprofessional. You start finding out like certain things about the venue, like there's certain things they allow, and I'm like, not the kind of
I heard about something about Wheaton Lounge. I heard stuff.
Well, you're the one that dropped the name. It wasn't even me. It didn't come out of my mouth. But
fuck Wheaton Lounge.
But yeah, no, that's the one. That's the one that there was a lot of controversy about that I had no idea about.
I heard about that.
In what regard?
Yeah. In do we talk about all that on here?
Of course, out them. I think they're closed, actually.
Yeah, but I think they keep on reopening somehow. The owner keeps finessing the situation.
Somebody grab a titty, what happened?
No, they just keep on. Which honestly, I thought this was weird when it came to throwing shows there. That the owner was very dead set on like. What was it? It was 18 plus for girls, but guys 21 and up. And I was like, that doesn't make sense. And I was like, so you want young girls in here? And yeah, then I'd put
young girl.
I'd put out flyers, and I'd have friends like, you're okay with this? Like, this is fucking wrong. Blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, dude, I don't know. Like, I'm just being told to put this shit. And then you start finding out things like, like they're just in there like, I guess I don't know. I don't want to say the word like. It's the R word. It's the
yes.
But like they're doing stuff. They're disrespecting women in there basically, and
That's what I heard.
So I just was just like, all right, well and then mind you, that was where most of the shit shows was happening was at that venue. So
was this a situation where this was management or this was like people it was being allowed to go on?
It was employees.
It was just like I think it was just
stuff like that.
Yeah, I think it was the culture of Wheaton Lounge.
Yeah.
So, but it's just like a scarcity. Like I think like that was a place that will allow us to just pull up and do a show versus like everybody else is like, give me $500, and I'm not trying to charge these artists. I want to give them the platform for free.
I want to pay. You want to end up paying them at some point. You know what I mean? Give them some money.
Yeah, but I'm just like, like a lot of shit goes into like the marketing. Like I always make flyers and like I try to get people to pass them out. Like because I do believe still in like word of mouth and like the streets 100%. Instead of like Instagram because everything's on the internet. But yeah, like that shit was just like a hot mess, and I'm like, I didn't, obviously nobody got paid off the bar and people are coming here and drinking, but there's just like
I know I was.
Yeah, I think like Raw Ink was always good for a while, but I think they just kept on going up in price, and they were like just also really bad at booking. Like they just weren't like Raw Ink is technically my favorite as far as like the local place to go throw shows.
Yeah, it's the best.
Yeah.
High Life Studios.
High Life Studios.
we might end up doing the podcast out of there.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah, like that's my favorite spot. But when once it became, I mean, they were expanding. So mind you, like when we were doing stuff, it's kind of understandable. But because we still have we still want to do this. It's like we still have to find other ways. So we're like reaching out to all these different venues, and they all just have it's just a
weird, stringent.
Yeah, it's like a free for all, and it's like one thing goes here, but the other thing don't you even dare think about it. And it's like I don't. There's no consistency, so it's just hard for us because this area, not necessarily everybody wants to go to DC or Baltimore. So it's like if we are in this area, we want to do something. Like the farthest most people will go is like Silver Spring.
Yeah,
and
that's as far as I want to go personally. You know what I'm saying? So,
especially for the ones that were trying to get off the couch or were trying to get into the door, fucking come to the show, let you in for free. I don't care, just support.
Yeah,
it's like, cool. Okay, where is it? Oh, it's in DC? Yeah, fuck no. And I'm like, there's no winning. There's absolutely no winning.
Yeah, because that's what you talked to the mayor for a second about that, right? Because he wants to put a venue around here.
He wants to put a new neighborhood, but that shitty mall currently is.
Don't you dare.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest,
don't you dare talk bad about Lake Forest.
Ideally, what would be lit if they actually let us at the fucking I don't even know what it's called, but Old Town, that stage.
Yeah, it's like that canopy and shit.
Yeah, why can't we just throw shows there?
They do yoga there. What the fuck?
It's absolutely stupid. There's so much space. People would love that. That's just so different. And I've always wanted to throw a show there, but I just heard there's so many stipulations, and it's
like right across the street from the police station too.
It's right across the street from the police station, and they probably finna gentrify that place soon. So you're not gonna have your raucous youth shows on our prime real estate.
You know what I'm saying?
But then,
unless we buy the real estate.
Or they should put something in the fairgrounds just like that, and whatever.
That's what we've been talking about too, man.
Yeah.
We're so like-minded already.
That's what I'm saying. It's just
because we've been talking about within a year we can run a show at the fairgrounds and it'd be successful. Yeah, it'd be a lot of people will show up. Mm-hmm. We do a lot of vendors, main show on the stage. We do a live podcast, something like that.
That's funny. That's one of the biggest things I've always wanted to do is do a festival. Like I said, Warped Tour.
Now
that that's gone, fans just I don't know, took it away from us, and it was just kind of the last show. Yeah, the last show I went to was a hot mess, but. A lot of memories, a lot of people connected. Mm-hmm. Not everybody's necessarily a raver. I wouldn't find myself at a rave, but I'd find myself at a fucking rock show. So it's just
I'll go to Warped Tour, but not a rave.
Yeah, so it's why did you guys get add? I'm okay, so the demographic changed. Add some fucking rappers. Who cares? Just fucking go with it. And it's they don't want to do it. So okay, why don't we build up something from the ground up, and we just start throwing fucking festivals every summer and whatever. You know what I mean?
Catch the Attic at the first Doughnut Shop Festival. We're doing 2 hours. We're doing 2 hours. 1 in the morning while I have my eggs. 1 in the evening.
Oh, you have eggs, son?
Yeah.
Wow, he has them.
Other people have to use those mics.
He's gonna be
Exactly. Let me tell you something. Hey, you know what's crazy? Me and Tommy, we was talking about this the other day.
Put on the kufi. Just oh man.
Excuse me, sir. Sir. Grape juice.
I'm gonna take a fat ass sip of a
grape drink. I'll have my flying dog beer. We're gonna bully them into sponsoring us.
We're getting closer.
I have a created collaborative image of the Natty Bo character and the pig. I did release it a couple years ago, I'm not gonna lie, but take that off, that's off the record. But I was basically a baby, so half those shirts went out for free, so it doesn't matter. So I'm gonna try to represent it to them, yo, let's do a collaboration.
So guys,
you know what I mean? In time, of course. But I'm just let me just sit on that because it didn't get the light that it deserved, and I think it's so sick. It literally is the pig as the Natty Bo,
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
It has the mustache and shit.
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
Man, yeah.
Yeah, that thing. I'm just okay. We need to revive it, and I just think it deserves to be on.
It just wasn't the right time.
Yeah, that's what I think. I think that was just too early. I was just hype. I'm Doughnut Shop. I'm gonna
They'll definitely fuck with us.
Yeah, and it's I'll just put it shit the fuck out, and I'm
Hey,
it just
guys?
didn't. It just
No?
flopped.
No?
It's okay. It's okay to say that it flopped, but it flopped.
yeah.
I think that's the first step to success is flopping.
Exactly. You know what doesn't work now.
Yeah.
That's who you know who's gonna make it and who's not. Is who's willing to fail. Who's not just who's willing to fail, but who's willing to fail badly in public, like in front of. It has to happen on the stage. You have to come in the stage and shit your pants.
And shit. Yeah,
Literally speaking.
Yeah, I really
You know what
do
I
think
mean?
it's like a trial and error kind of thing. But like I said earlier, it's kind of like if you continue to show up for yourself, like even if no one's there, like I remember, you guys were rocking out to Aura Boy, and
shit.
he had
happened?
fucking energy. His like, you know
Love
what I
it.
mean? His performing.
He's a great performer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
his performing is
enjoys
like
himself, like, every time.
A1.
He's already good.
And it's like by that time, obviously he was the last person because it got pushed so far,
Yeah.
and he was probably performing to 5 people,
Yeah.
but it didn't matter because it was energy. And I just remember people running up to me, "Yo, who's that last kid that you put up? He's dope." And
He's
I'm
dope
like,
as hell.
all right, well, keep the information. That's the whole point of these things, is that you guys get
connect.
exposed to new things. Be
These
open-minded.
people live down the road, you know.
Yeah,
what I'm
like
saying?
be
these fucking
open-minded.
people
Like
live
it's
down the road.
it's just
brother.
sad because like I hate hypebeasts. Like the whole Travis Scott thing right now with the McDonald's.
Like it's not even a special thing.
Yeah.
Like,
You
they give you a
look
burger.
ridiculous.
It
You look
angers
ridiculous
my
going.
soul. Like I think there was like jorts. Like
Oh yeah, it was like
jean shorts
it was like a
for-
pair of jorts and
yeah.
like a t-shirt.
Yeah, for $200
Yeah.
I was like, what? I'm like, those look like Levi's you cut out the Levi's and put like
Yeah.
Cactus Jack
And he
on
put
it. I'm
Cactus
like,
Jack. My whole thing is too, is like he stole that. Like Cactus Jack was a wrestler. You know what I'm saying? Like he even took that. Like I hate that like part of like the modern creativity is just like this is blatant robbery. This
Yeah.
like taking like have you seen like on like it's like with clothing brands and shit, like
Yeah.
you see like people like take a boon like the Boondocks or like
Yeah.
Powder Puff Girls and this like
come
put a blunt in their mouth or something like that.
I
You know,
think-
or make them black.
I don't, this is not hating energy at all. Of course, to each his own, but I always call it,
I'm a hater.
I always just think it's tacky because I have appreciation for art, like real art. So, like that shit is dope. So you can't like hate on something that's original, but it's
Yeah.
just like when you
Yeah,
go
me.
and put like some shit like that, I'm just like, you didn't put that much thought into that, huh?
At all,
Like,
at all.
you
Like I
know?
saw this one Joe, and they're around the way. It'd be whatever to say.
You
their
love
name.
doing this.
I do. I like controversy. You
Shade.
know what? Hey, you know what? I said
Shade.
it before. I said it before. I say it again. When was the best time in the WWE? In the '90s, when they were going against the WCW. You know what I'm saying? Competition breeds better products. You know what I'm saying? Controversy
Healthy
breeds better
competition.
Healthy. We're not negative.
Yeah.
But I want competition. So, but, like, this
So
one,
it's like, come talk shit about the attic.
yeah, come
We're
yeah,
not
please,
negative. We're not
please start
negative.
your own podcast and talk shit about.
We're not
my
negative
podcast.
because we cannot be beat.
Exactly. we have no competition.
But yeah, no,
I'm sorry.
Look at this graph! Look at it!
But there's one local brand. Their first thing they put out was just like their brand name on the Fight Club soap. You know what I'm saying?
oh yeah.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god, come on.
That's a
brother.
Yeah.
that's a
Come on,
fun
brother.
thing. That's a fun thing you do like 5 years in.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Once you like have like a little bit of like, clout or whatever, then you can
Yeah.
do stuff like that cuz like it doesn't seem like that's your only creative idea. When you're first starting out, it seems like you're lazy.
Yeah,
you know?
and then that's the thing. Like, I just think like a lot of people don't put a lot of thought or effort, or that it's kind of like you could tell the forcedness
Tip
of
the
something.
mic up this
Oh, this way?
Yeah.
Okay, this way.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
nice. You can just tell it kind of like how forced some things are. Like,
Right.
you can, I don't know. You can just tell like the difference between authenticity and like you literally just ripped off like
Copy paste.
Yeah.
You just did nothing,
Yeah.
And sometimes like that little bit of effort can like spawn creative things. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Like not like the copy paste technically, but like the effort put into copy and paste.
Yeah.
You're just like
Yeah, I mean
done.
like
Jackson Pollock, just like that. Yeah, that's done.
Yeah.
Here's a
What a
$1 million
fucking
painting.
What a fucking guy.
What a guy.
fucking guy.
Shout out to the U.S. government for creating modern art.
Yeah, for as a gigantic money laundering scheme.
Exactly.
That's actually like that's one of the conspiracy theories I kind of believe.
It
It
is.
makes a lot of
Oh,
sense.
give me hint, but
It
I
is.
love conspiracy theories.
It's a conspiracy theory that like the reason why that there's so many people that are able to make these ridiculous things. Like it's one thing if somebody makes a painting and it's like, okay, subjectively we felt this was worth $2 million. That's one thing. But like when a guy shits in a jar and like
Yeah.
know, or like and
Have you-
does that, or like
yeah.
piss Christ, like
Have you
stuff
seen
like
that?
that.
Oh God,
You
no.
know,
Yeah, like so
I'm
piss
sure
Christ
be-
is like a crucifix and a jar of pee.
Oh my God,
Yeah, I
it
mean,
would
And
probably-
they
Or like the fountain, like the upside down urinal. Like these things is
There's
you know.
the thing is, I think a lot of people like I am very like like I guess an advocate of like be yourself and like be a rebel and do whatever, but there's a line, like I think there's even though
there's a line,
there's always a line, like it's just kind of like there's just always shit that like no, that's not art, dude. That's piss in a jar.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? They're like, well, it's just kind of how you see it. It's all perspective, and I'm like, no, it's
just poor hygiene, you dick.
Yeah.
Like, what's wrong with you?
What do you mean I kept this for 5 years?
I'm like, you're being fake deep right now. I need you to fucking chill out.
And like that, and that's like kind of like goes in like what the conspiracy theory is, like the U.S. government, you know what I'm saying? Big Brother like created that kind of art and like that kind of mode of art and like what was it called? Encourage like the most ridiculous things, you know, to like delegitimize it, to like make it look stupid, like to me, because like originally when it was first starting out, it was just like, oh, it made people think a bit, like, oh, maybe everything's not okay, maybe everything's not like white picket fences and nuclear families. But like when like they started realizing like, oh, maybe art leads to freedom, it's like let's make it ridiculous.
I had a theory about that. I had a theory that anything now, like before, I guess, quote unquote, the system, the powers that be, they played like, they played up, it was a straight up boxing match. You're just going to try and knock you the fuck out with force. Now for them, it's like judo. Anything you try to create organically, they will take it and drive it into such absurdity that everybody just leaves it alone.
That's why you should fear trends, because that means like that's the only thing hipsters were right about is like, oh, it's mainstream, I don't fuck with it anymore because it's going to get ruined. It's going to
like,
be
stupid.
Yeah.
I always felt bad for like thinking like that. I was like, I'm not a hipster, dude. Like I can still like this thing even though it sucks now. You know, like, I guess, but no. Like
everybody knows. Like I remember when everybody was hip to The Weeknd before The Weeknd was The Weeknd. Oh yeah. And I was like, who the fuck is The Weeknd? Everyone, I'm like, why is everybody sad? Like, what are you guys listening to?
Why is everyone sad?
Does everyone smoke weed
but
now?
It was such an underground vibe. Like everybody was just like, yo, guys, like, listen to this guy. And it's like, this was like, what, 2010, 2011?
Well, like
it was
when, like Trilogy dropped, I think.
Yeah, like he was definitely like in the undergrounds. And it's just like, I don't know. I just never really joined the wave. But I know when he got really big, I'm sure a lot of those people were pissed. They were like, damn, I thought this was our thing. Like,
this was our word.
You know what I mean? Like,
before it was like he was a sad boy that you could relate to. Then it was just
he was a strange boy with strange hair.
You know what I'm saying? Then it was just like, hey, I'm a pop star and I don't treat women very good.
Yeah, like when I feel like that's what I'm saying. But he got like the art got taken out of it, the creativity, the hunger, all of that shit just gets like literally ripped out.
Yeah, so go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I said the same shit with Travis Scott. Like he first album ever, Owl Pharaoh. Days Before Rodeo, this is one of my favorite rappers. Now he's selling burgers.
You know, I saw McDonald's burgers. You know,
well, the worst chain, to be honest. Like I'm a big hater of McDonald's just because there's so many. You want to talk about conspiracies? There's
like it's not good. It's not food. It's calories. Let's be honest with it. But I'm eating McDonald's any time of the day. You know what I mean? Like I'm that kind of guy. Do you want to
hear about a really crazy one? I don't know how much into conspiracy.
Okay, yeah, no, I know where you are.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
This is like, I mean, I don't know. Take this with a grain of salt.
We could have already heard it though.
You probably have. I visited a couple of rabbit holes, but basically this one.
Go on.
This one was very crazy. They were saying that McDonald's actually this is just a deep hole. I don't even know how to say this. Basically, McDonald's grinds up the children that they
I was gonna guess children as a joke.
The children and the sex trafficking people that they just basically take, and basically they.
This isn't a Koofy moment.
You're like, I'm taking this shit off.
I don't need this.
I don't even know if I should even say all this.
Unless it's black children.
I mean, it's a conspiracy theory. That's why I said take it with a grain of salt. But basically, they grind up it's basically they're saying it's human meat. Is that why the pink
slime is pink?
They're basically saying that's human meat, and I don't know if you remember. Like what was it, Bob's Burgers, the first episode, wasn't it like saying, or one of the things changed, and it was
I wasn't
like
too into Bob's Burgers, so.
It was like
it's a good laundry show.
It was I mean it's just like if nothing else is on, but like but basically like it was like the first episode, like their like pilot was like that Bob, like the whole thing was that Bob's Burgers was making burgers out of, I think, horse meat. They were trying to like basically like change it up, but like basically it was supposed to be a play on like human meat.
Oh man.
And so that's just That's just deliciousness right there. So
Yeah, literally. Yeah. Take my life, please.
You're really loving that.
Sausage
You are.
McMuffin with egg, though.
You are loving it. You're loving
But-
children.
No, but I pre-warned you though. It's just kind of a wild one. Like
No,
a
that
lot
was
of these,
hilarious.
a lot of these ones, you kind of have to just delve into it and just kind of like, all right, I don't know if I want to believe it or not.
Yeah.
But I might not eat McDonald's for a while.
You know.
Give it a, you know, give
No, the one that's like that was recent. The Mayfair. That
Ooh,
one
yeah.
website one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
the,
one was
the most
wild.
recent one. No, it wasn't.
Come on.
No, it wasn't.
That's weird.
It made no sense.
No, that's not weird. That's
No.
Do you know about the Wayfair one?
No.
Do you know about the Wayfair one?
Yeah.
That's not weird.
No.
You telling me that's not
It's
weird?
something that happened.
That's not weird. That's
Not
not
at all.
weird.
I kind of,
Not at all.
I do believe in that one. No, I do believe it. And the worst part is, I was standing in my in my living room. Yeah, my living room
your
with
Wayfair
all
closet?
I was like,
And a
I was
child
standing in my
Pop-Tarts.
living room, just staring at all the shit that I bought from Wayfair, and I'm like, do I break this? Do I?
He's like, what do I do?
Do I just toss it out the window? I mean, like, I spent money
It
on
was
it, and I'm like, I don't
expensive.
fucking know what to do right now. This is very controversial.
Elisa, help me.
It's funny. It's funny. Like before all the controversy with dude, I had bought like a Ron Jeremy hockey jersey. So like now I kind of don't know what to do with it.
Yeah, that's why, like, nowadays it's just kind of, that's why I'm like, support local, you know what I'm saying? Everything's
Yeah,
getting
exactly.
canceled nowadays. Everybody's coming, like, everybody's just getting aired the fuck out.
They're,
so
they're coming for
at that-
everybody.
Yeah, at that point, like, fuck it. I mean, I'm just gonna buy something from somebody
Make it funny.
trying to do something.
Yeah.
Like this is an O.J. Simpson football. You know? we're just tone deaf around here in the attic. But no,
He's a fascinating man.
he's
a
not like
fascinating man.
he's
Come
lived
on.
more life than most people have ever have, than multiple people in like combined.
It's like Vince McMahon, O.J. Simpson. These are people we go back to. These are fascinating men.
These
I
are
mean, what do you
fascinating
guys
men.
What do you guys feel about cancel culture? How do you feel about that?
You go first.
I have to go first.
You don't have to.
I want to ponder first. I want to sound smart once.
Oh well.
Let me ponder. You already have.
He doesn't
a
want to
thing.
freestyle.
Well, here's the thing. It is, the sentiment is good. The tendency for overcorrection is very, very quick. And with that overcorrection is going to become, or usually does come, consistently comes, a mob mentality in which people just want to get that next thing. And it is, and eventually, again, as we just said, as things become mainstream, look how diluted shit get. If you love the
Oversaturated.
if you loved a piece of music and it went mainstream and it got ruined because of what happened after that, what
Because
makes you
of
think
Diddler.
you know
It's
what
like
I'm saying?
hate the artist, not the art.
I'm a big
but there's
proponent of
just, like,
separate the
there's
art from
that-
the artist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a
You know,
big proponent of that.
Like a lot of these films on Netflix, some
Billie
of them,
Jean will always crank. I'm sorry.
she's not my lover, but a lot of these films on Netflix, some of them very, very good films. Weinstein's,
Yeah.
a lot of
Many.
them, a lot of them. If you watch any Tarantino film, Weinstein, you know what I'm saying?
Watch any Tarantino film. Tarantino, Jesus Christ.
I think like what it should really show people is that
Oh, yeah.
we have the power to really shut shit the fuck down, but we're after the wrong things.
Yeah.
Like, I think we're not using like our power towards like, okay, collectively, you guys are basically, we're gonna ruin the life of blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But it's like, collectively, why don't you ruin the life of shit that actually needs to be fucking ruined? And
Yeah,
it's like,
instead of
well,
these, like, certain
yeah,
cases,
but during
yeah.
all those times, everybody's silent. And it's
Yeah.
like, when you need to speak up, everybody's silent. But when it's like somebody fucking, I don't
It's
know,
really inconsequential.
yeah, said
Like,
something in
taking out a
2001,
Hollywood
and it's like,
producer.
oh fuck him, you said that in 2001. Like,
Yeah.
everybody changes every fucking day.
Bro, you was in the
Yeah.
room for that.
Yeah, bro.
You was
Yeah.
in the room for that. You ain't say nothing.
Yeah. Plus,
Anyway.
it's just a different like generation. Like, things were passing back then, where maybe people are just not with the shit anymore.
Yeah.
So, but it's just like, when it comes down to it, like, that's kind of a form of boycotting. And if you can boycott things, boycott the right fucking things. Like,
Power to the people.
yeah, exactly. But that's what it shows you. Cancel culture is boycotting, and no
Right.
one's boycotting. Like, no one's boycotting the right things. Like,
Sometimes it seems like it even helps people. Like the controversy
Yeah.
just boosts them up. You know?
Oh, definitely, man. That's all, like I said a couple minutes ago. You know what I'm saying? Controversy kind of breeds, not better product after like competition breeds better product, but controversy sells tickets. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Controversy definitely puts asses in seats.
You know?
You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
no, like, because cancel culture. This to me, like this cancel culture in general, like it's one of those things that's like effective, but also at the same time kind of not real. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if you think about it, because like going on kind of what you said too, like it kind of helps people sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, sometimes bad publicity is good, is like all is good publicity. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Or all publicity is good publicity. But Yeah, it's not really weird because think about some of the people who they canceled, like Louis C.K. Like he's touring again.
I still watch the Cosby Show.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like Cosby Show, it still comes on. It's still syndicated.
It's the greatest sitcom of all time.
Yeah, and
I mean, who actually was like hurt by cancel culture?
Like legit hurt that like
guys who
it took down like Weinstein, Cosby, but Cosby not even really. You know what I'm saying? He still makes money. I feel like, but he's in jail. And he deserved to be in jail.
Or I guess like R. Kelly, they took all his music off.
Oh, R. Kelly's getting beat up in prison like
yeah,
right
R. Kelly's
now.
getting jumped and shit in prison.
Yeah.
Bro. I don't. But
that's like
I love R. Kelly's music.
But they took it off like what the radio stores. Like they just don't play it now.
Still on the services.
Yeah,
still on the services. Still streaming.
But also by that same token, while it's like it's kind of not real and actually helps people sometimes with their career wise, like it's like you said, like we have the power. You know what I'm saying? Like we buy all this shit. You know what I'm saying? They just put it out and hope we like it, and they're right most of the time because we're lazy and we kind of take in everything. I
think like that's the part of like, you know, a lot of people are like woke and whatever, but I think like for me, I kind of just
whatever.
It's like if you know things, like I kind of just put in like, I don't know, I just attempt to do some things differently. Like if you know Walmart and Amazon and all these places are taking over, maybe take your money to I don't know, the little shop down the street, like some like small things like that like if just everybody did that within themselves would make a giant difference. But it's just like, just because not everybody's doing it, don't just stop doing it. Like I try to like go to Amazon last minute now instead of being like,
it's a last option.
Instead of like, I'm gonna go to the store because I'm not trying to like they're gonna shut down all the stores and all this crazy shit. Like
then we can't go
as we move on, obviously with time, but it's just like I'd rather support the small businesses, the things that are, you know what I mean, because they're literally just trying to take over everything. And it's like,
they want to be the end all be all option. You know what I'm saying? Which
motherfuckers are going to buy the planet, man.
Basically,
exactly. That's why they don't live in America, because monopolies are illegal. So
no, they're not.
I mean,
no, they're not. Antitrust laws get broken every day.
On paper
illegal.
It was some shit the other day. It was like I think Microsoft snitched on Apple or vice versa for like breaking antitrust laws. And the company that got and the company that got fucking accused, they were just literally like, no, he didn't. It was
Prove it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's just, they're all snitching on each other. They're all shitty. They're just all
and they all copy each other too.
They're all playing poker together at the end of the day.
Exactly. There's like, oh, that was a crazy day, huh?
Elon Musk passed that blunt to Mark Zuckerberg. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? In a non-Rogan context.
Nah, he passed like some some B12 vitamin that they're smoking.
Some adrenochrome.
Yeah, some adrenochrome from a child they bought.
Hey, Ellen. You know?
Yeah, hey, Ellen, stop abusing your employees for a second and come.
Hey, Ellen, stop punching that intern.
Stop punching that intern. He doesn't like that.
She's pregnant, Ellen.
Oh, man. Anyway, fun times. But like, do you plan on like moving on, like just like going back to the brand? You know, we kind of got off topic.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's what a podcast is.
Of course,
like.
Is this the end game for
like
you?
ADD shit.
No, yeah, definitely. So like, just going back to the brand, like, do you just plan on kind of like keeping it with like screen printing and stuff like that, or like do you want to go and like cut and sew?
No, that's definitely the goal. I think like very soon too. Like I finally found somebody that kind of like their work. So that's kind of like it's just kind of all been a process, like figuring all this stuff out. Like for these like shirts that I'm about to drop, like I basically am printing them myself. I'm doing like the little customizations, like small things like this.
Right, that's what like really separates you from a lot of other brands.
When you see that, it's like, oh, you tried.
Little shit. Yeah, it's like, oh, this like, and like in a dumb consumer brand, it's like that was made in a factory. Okay,
yeah.
It's
I
like,
do
nah,
like it.
Like
I think it's like a little bit of like my touch. It's like, you know how like how food that's basically made with love just tastes.
Yeah,
it's
called butter.
You can taste that little bit of love. It's like the special ingredient.
Right. The current name of the episode is Love and Butter.
Love and butter.
So yeah, I think like that was really important to me. Like for a while, I would just get it screen printed, and it kind of just was like a little less personal and like I don't know. It was cool, but and I'm like I don't even screen print right now. Like I have a whole different process. But like I think I figured that out during quarantine because I was just like I'm fucking over this. I have so many designs I'm just sitting on. How do I make it like? How do I add a variety of product without having it just sit in my closet?
Okay.
And like I was looking into like brands that were kind of like drop shipping. Like they basically like so like all the stuff for a couple of months on my website was like drop shipping, and that's actually where I got these pants from. Was me just kind of like buying some samples and kind of just like seeing how it works. And I just still didn't like it. I was like, I didn't touch this. Like I didn't make sure that it's
impersonal.
Yeah, I didn't make sure that this is comfy. Like
you're like Nike now.
Yeah, like I didn't make sure that this is like nice. Like there's no love in this.
A child made this
for no money.
Yeah, for nothing. For not getting beat.
So yeah, basically like I just like now I have a different process of making things. And like I embroider my own little things, like I said, cool. the little tags. Like I do my own customizations, but I think like moving forward, the bigger I get or the more demanding it becomes, because I'm like literally making it to order, like a freshly baked donut.
Yeah. Nice.
Facts.
Yeah. But yeah, so like until that becomes overbearing, or like if there's certain things I can't do myself, I'll probably start working with like a manufacturer and just kind of doing certain things. But I would still pick out like every aspect of it, because like that's how you stand out. Not everybody wants the same thing. I want certain like materials used. I want certain love put. I'm gonna ask them to put some love in it too, because that's the whole point. Yeah,
and there's be like,
you can't spread love without the love.
Huh?
Right. There's be like, okay, whatever.
Is love a form of capital?
Yeah, that's right. Is love monetizable? Is monetizable a word?
I think that's what people need to figure out how to do, is just kind of like do things out of love and still, because right now everything's out of hate and it's making money, but it's just kind of like.
That's how I make my money.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, I fucking hate this job, but fucking it's a paycheck.
Dude. But yeah, it's a paycheck, man. But I have had just the best time during quarantine.
It's
just
like adult summer vacation.
Yeah, because I've had like plenty of unemployment bread. No, I haven't had to go to work in months. Like
my beginning of quarantine was just like 2 p.m. wake up.
Yep.
2:30 eat some mozzarella sticks on the TV on the couch playing some fucking Super Mario.
Exactly. 4 o'clock back to sleep.
Yeah, right. 4 a.m.
4 a.m. back to sleep. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because like it just made me realize like, wow, I really do not like having a job. You know what I'm saying? Like the job's fine. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't hate the job. It's fine.
Yeah.
But like I realize I like being at home better.
Yeah.
Doing like the podcast and like, thinking about things and smoking and drinking.
It's just like, how do I monetize what I love?
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
Kind of basically, yeah.
How do I monetize that flying dog? That's fucking how. You will.
That's the ad.
You will.
That's the ad for flying dog.
You hear me? Look at me. You will. Anyway.
Oh, I didn't even notice this camera. I've not given this camera any love.
I think it's his camera actually. Yeah. So like, it's all this.
It's the warlord
Yours
cam.
is there.
Oh. See, there's too much just going on. I'm just like, I don't know what.
Dude. We just have a bunch of shit down here. It's so
I don't even think I've ever looked at that one. I feel like this has just been so impersonal.
It's good. No, like look at the cameras. I do it all the time because I'm vain and like, so like, I don't think you're not supposed to technically, but like, it's great, man. But
no, working from home has been great. I never want to go back.
I don't ever want to go back, dude. Like, and like, I'm just thinking about ways of just fucking trying to make money with the podcast, like this sponsorships is kind of this all the thing we can do. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, like sadly, like numbers is the game, so you just have to like keep building it up. Like for me, I want to get my stuff in Zoomies. I want to do all those like bigger things.
You want to get shouted out on the podcast every week?
Oh shit! How much it costs?
Shirt here or there?
Yeah, no, I got you. Yeah, I mean,
a little beer money.
Yeah, like shit.
But like I want to get myself obviously up to that. Like I've been hit up by some like pretty big opportunities, but I'm like, oh, $4,000 for the rental. No, I am not at that level. I was like, I will let you know when I have somewhat reached that point. Yeah, right. But right now I just gotta focus on. Yeah, right now I just gotta focus on like just spreading it and building it, and that's kind of mainly it. Like just
spreading your plague across the
and just not being like. Basically, I guess like what turned off when it doesn't, like some days are better than others, you know. Yes. So it's just kind of like the days that it's not that great, like not be turned off by it, or you put up something on like Instagram and people don't like actually engage with it, and it's like
that stings. So it always stings. Like I put like a picture of myself and was like, oh, it's just good, I got my my endorphin rush. Then like I post like something for the attic and like not as many people. Like half the people, I'm just like,
No, the algorithm's fucked. The algorithm's
Yeah.
fucked.
until I buy the likes.
I've talked with some of the like of the other local businesses, and they're like, why does my personal page get like 900 fucking likes? And then, well, I mean, obviously this is a girl, but
wow.
This is a chick.
900 likes. But then like this, like she has like her actually shout out Lily. Lily's
Shout out
beauty
Lily.
bar.
Shout out Lily Beauty Bar.
She'll be like but people don't really like my posts, and I'm like, it's just business shit. Like I feel like people are just weird. Like they'll like your personal shit before they're like supporting your stuff.
Ew,
until
you're
other
trying.
people
No.
Yeah, you're trying. Stop.
until other people support it, and they're like, wait, why when did this start popping? And it's like, all right, let me join the bandwagon.
Yeah, right.
It's cool to try now.
Yeah.
It's cool to try now, bro. It's cool to have an LLC now.
Yeah.
Is that a better name? It's cool to try now.
It's cool to try.
Is that
now,
a better
yeah.
name? You think it's a better name?
With the Doughnut Shop? We'll figure it out. We'll listen back. We'll find a fun name.
I'll listen back in like 30 minutes.
Yeah, we'll have a fun name for the end. But so like what's like the end all be all for you, man? Like what is Doughnut Shop kind of like you just want to take that as far as you can go with it, or like what kind of other things you want to do?
Like I do go to school for like marketing, and I just like branding in general. Like so I do work with a lot of smaller business on like their logos or websites, just because all of the stuff I've done myself.
Okay.
Just me sitting here and taking up my own time, my own energy to just sit here and learn this shit.
Right.
So, I mean, I kind of just like help people out, and if that is where it goes, I don't mind it. Like I wouldn't mind being like a little branding mastermind and just helping, just helping people with like branding, because I just have so many ideas when it comes to marketing and putting shit out there. So that's kind of like, I guess, like just what I like to do other than Doughnut Shop. Obviously, like the ideal thing would be to do a bunch of shit with it. Like I said, the cartoon, there's just so many things. It doesn't, that's why I didn't want it to just be a streetwear brand. It's just kind of like
collective.
Yeah, and everything. Like I can do whatever the fuck I want. A festival, a cartoon,
an entity.
For real, you can do like brand management and like, branding consultancy through Doughnut Shop for real.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of like what I've been doing. Like I have little business cards that are Doughnut Shop, but like it's me.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So like I mean like I'm just always like learning like how to run ads the right way, like not fucking just sit there and burn a pile of money. So like, and I just know so many creatives and so many like small businesses or people that just want to do this shit that like I just wouldn't mind like helping people or being that source. Like I'm a very like, because I know when I started, I'd ask people questions who were already maybe somewhat more established than me, and they'd be like, well, fuck you, like I've spent thousands of dollars, you can go fucking figure it out yourself. And I'm like, wow, that's aggressive.
Thanks, bro. Shit. Don't let me see you in the street.
I was considering buying something from you, but fuck you. So I'm like, if that's the energy,
you have to be a dick.
Yeah, you are your brand. So if if that's you, then that's your brand, and I don't want to support something like that.
Eat, man.
Yeah. So I think like that's just kind of like, now I get asked questions all the time. I mean, sometimes people just like hit me up out of nowhere and they're like, hey, can you like invest in me? Like I like your clothing, but can you like invest in me? I'm trying to do the same thing. And I'm like, what?
Like,
I'm like,
no.
did you even bought a fucking shirt? Like,
I have some money.
Show me a receipt. Show me a receipt before I even talk to you, bro.
Yeah, I'm over here like, what are you talking about? Or like they'll just say something like, hey, really like your clothes. I'm definitely thinking about buying something, but what do you do to blah, 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 blah? You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you do for this? What do you do for this? What do you do for this? And I'm like, I think you're just throwing out a compliment because you think I'm gonna catch it, but
like,
it's an approach.
Get out of it, bro?
It's an approach. Like I'm actually a really nice person, had you know that. But like if you actually approach me the right way, I'll probably tell you everything I know because I don't give a fuck. Like
lighting someone else's candle with your light. Another cliche I'm not spewing on this podcast. It's been
it's like what you eat doesn't make me shit. So like I can sit here and fucking whatever. Like we can eat the same thing. We're still gonna shit differently.
We're still fine.
So
you may not even shit.
Yeah, I mean so.
Yeah, that's a tat right there. That's an across the gesture.
Yeah, so I mean, it's just kind of that kind of thing. Like a lot of people are like, yo, like I've known them for a long time or whatever, or just or we're just in the same community, and they'll just like reach out like, hey, like where do you get your shirts from, or like what do you do for this, or I mean they see me like always adding something new or trying to figure out like a new way of doing something, or where do you get your stickers made, and blah 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 blah.
Exactly, stuff like
and
that.
I'm like, I'll take that.
He's like,
I'll take the L on the trial and the error, and I'll tell you where it is, but like and it's not me being like obviously like overly like egotistical, like, oh my god, my shit is fucking better than yours. It's more like
because it is.
It's more it's more just like I don't know. I don't think like anybody else's success is going to hinder my own.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't mind sharing, you know, the love, sharing some information. Like a lot of people are just very, and that's the thing. Like when I say it's like you have to start it like within yourself, is this area is very like that. It's like, no, this is mine. Like fuck, you go find your own. And it's like dude, like if you have fucking water and I have like, you know, I don't fucking know, like
cereal.
If you have milk and I have cereal, together we both have a bowl of cereal. Like, exactly. But it's like people don't have that mentality, and it's not like for me to change how I am. I'm just gonna keep being me. And
that's what Doughnut Shop's all about.
Yeah. Exactly. and everybody else is just gonna have to figure out whatever. Like it's kind of like kill them with kindness. I don't feel it ever to come out of character or, you know, like put out negative energy, because I don't need to. Like it's just not necessary. So
all the negative energy I put out is playful, by the way. for those looking at me nodding and it's like, fuck off.
He's just goofing.
I'm just goofing on him. Just joshing.
But yeah, so it's just kind of like that. Like I don't mind sharing information. I don't mind. Like if people hit me up after this, like, you know, whatever, I'll fucking share.
Because they will.
I'll share my my secrets.
Yeah, because it's all what they do with it too. Like they might even have like half the work ethic you do or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like they just don't do anything with that information. There's like, oh well, I know where to get this now.
Yeah, like
you know?
Like let's be real here. If there was for some reason an episode of SpongeBob where Plankton got the actual recipe,
he didn't shit.
He wasn't gonna produce a Krabby Patty.
Yeah,
he had a great F establishment. I think only he could like cook food legally.
Exactly. He's not gonna.
Yeah, he had a computer.
You can't hold a nerd. You can't hold a spatula. You're too short.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you know what I'm saying? You wasn't in the gym shooting with us. Like,
you wasn't in the gym, dog. You were in the streets.
So it's just kind of like that. Like it's like mentality. Like I'll, you know, fuck it, whatever.
Yeah, I definitely feel that.
Why no one called the cops on Slime?
Huh?
Why no one called the cops on Plankton, man?
Nah,
at a certain point, it becomes outrageous.
Plankton's he was a shut-in, bro. It's like calling the cops on your local shut-in.
Fucking Plankton's an incel.
Yeah, didn't he live in the chum bucket?
Yes.
Yeah, he lived in his establishment, bro. Like,
oh, that's crazy. Because Mr. Krabs' house is kind of big.
Mr. Krabs had the crib, the anchor. The crib, bro.
He had an anchor. He like adopted a child. I don't know what you call that. You know,
a whale.
I mean like
the whale.
No, I mean like. If they were humans, it would be like a refugee kid. Like what do you call that?
Oh no, that's a what's it called? That's a European refugee. Pearl's white, dude.
I mean,
come on now.
She's Anglo-Saxon, yeah, sure.
Yeah,
you know.
exactly. No, but I'm saying like it would be like a European refugee, like from like European country of refugees.
Fucking Belarus.
Yeah, country that.
Two motherfuckers just hopped the fence at Belarus into the Swedish embassy and like requested asylum.
Word.
Yeah,
you can just do that.
Yeah. No, you can do that anywhere.
You can do it here.
Yeah, it was.
I can just walk in a person's crib.
I think it was
asylum.
The embassy. Yeah, I think it was. Oh. Was it Snowden or somebody? It was like it was Julian Assange. He was in the embassy of one of these countries for years. He was in another country in this embassy, and it's like, okay, legally we can't break international law and touch you, but it's like if you step foot out of there, it's curtains for you.
It's curtains.
It's absolutely.
We're waiting for you. It's a ball game
if you step foot outside.
We're waiting for you actively, bro. He did like a Joe Rogan, right?
Yeah.
Before Snowden, yeah.
No, that was that Snowden?
I think that was Snowden.
That was Snowden. Yeah.
That guy. What did he do?
He was a snitch. Yeah, he was a whistleblower. He was
snitches get stitches. Am I right, guys?
Except if you're 6'9".
Yeah, exactly. You get millions of more dollars.
He like snitched. Him and Chelsea Manning like snitched that the U.S. government is spying on us in ways that are blatantly illegal. And they were like, "Hey, you're gonna die for this," and he was like, "Oh shit."
Nah.
Yeah.
I'd rather not. He's like, you know what?
I don't think so.
Yeah. That's not my planner right now.
I mean, I heard that there were drones that could see into your house and can see like a penny on the ground type shit. Like that's how like
I guarantee
they can see that shit. So they definitely can. If they're spying, they're spying.
Yeah, that's the thing too. Is like my dad and stuff. Like my dad and my aunt and my like grandparents and shit. They got like. Went like not like ballistic, but they went crazy because like they put that COVID tracking thing on the phone, and I'm just like, I'm like, what did you think they were doing before? You know, say why was this the straw that broke your back?
Yeah,
you know what
I feel
saying?
Like for me, it's kind of like where do we go from like where do we go from here? Basically,
very bad places.
I mean,
like what's I think right now like it's calm before the storm. Like November's about to shut shit the fuck down. Like. Elections, all that crazy shit. I don't know.
Again, I'm like, and this is just my broad theory of people. You know what I'm saying? Like in this general, because it's generally been right. I think, didn't we kind of say the same thing in 2016? You know what I'm saying? Like the day after you get elected is going to be fucking weird, and it wasn't, and it kind of wasn't. Like,
I think people are angry enough.
It wasn't
now.
weird, but it wasn't normal.
Yeah, but that's the thing too. Is it's like people just like it's gonna get nuts in November. It's like no, it's not. You're gonna wake up, be a little more upset than usual, go to Starbucks and go to your work, and come home and do nothing.
And do the same thing.
Exactly. Your life is not gonna change that drastically. You know what I mean? For anyone, really.
No, apparently, if Trump wins again, Starbucks will be whites only.
You know, I got my. I was bringing my mom in with me. I don't care.
Hang on there, buddy. Hang on there, buddy. We're keeping America great in here.
You think a barista? You think a Starbucks barista is gonna stop you or I from coming in the Starbucks and making our own
What the fuck
coffee?
are we doing in Starbucks? What are we on a date?
I'm just yeah, maybe.
Fuck you.
God.
No, I feel like the baristas are.
Intolerant.
I don't know. Maybe in the East Coast area or whatever, but I think they're pretty like eccentric out there. You know, with the purple hair, the fucking.
They're eccentric. They're eccentric.
They're
They're not kicking anybody out.
I always feel like the stereotype was wrong, and our coast is actually the one with more interesting people serving coffee.
Really?
You know what I mean?
Oh,
everybody, you go to Cali, everybody's a barista trying to follow their dream. I feel like all the more interesting people are here.
Because we have a sense of we gave up a little bit. Some people here gave up. Because in California, they still they're following their dream until they're 45.
It's always sunny and shit.
You know, yeah. It's always sunny. Like, nah, we only have a show called Always Sunny over here on the East Coast.
In
we have a what?
Yes, isn't it a good show?
Yes.
Go to hell.
Huh?
You don't like it?
He doesn't take in Caucasian cinema.
That's not true. I like Seinfeld, and The Office is funny.
That shit
Parks and Rec
is
fun.
like the definition of controversy. Like I feel like when
the black
that
body.
first episode, I was like, wow, and I'm
what
like,
was the first episode? I remember
it was the racist one. It was like the gang is racist.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I went to go and watch the show. That was the first episode. I was like, yo,
yeah, that's probably not a very good like first impression.
I don't watch the first season of anything. Well, like I watch it like through once so I can get all the inside jokes, but like I don't usually return to first seasons. You know what I'm saying? Just because then they did like the Lethal Weapon remake.
Yeah.
See, he has the nerve to compare my Seinfeld, my Manhattan Jews. You know what I'm saying? My uptown, very polite, very conscious of breaking social norms to Philly trash.
I can't.
Garbage.
I haven't
It's
seen
fun.
Seinfeld
It's nice.
time.
It's nice to know that you think working class is trash.
Oh, okay.
It's nice. It's nice to know this now.
all right.
It's nice to know
Okay.
your feelings on the working class.
I mean, I feel like that show was made to just be like controversial. Like I think
it's
like
like
it's just that's the joke. The joke is to be an like complete dick.
I'm still
Like they're
gonna
sexist,
watch it, you know.
racist, homophobic. Like they're just all of it. They're all of it in one. But
I'll watch it.
Yeah, then
It's funny.
Then Mac is gay now. You know, it's like it's cool.
Yeah.
We're all fine. We're inclusive.
it's
He's
just-
swole.
yeah.
It's great.
it's
a great
just
show.
really funny. I don't know.
We'll
great show.
see.
It's
We'll
not
see.
for everybody. I
great
really just I think I've gotten into a lot of conversations and debates about that show. It's not for everybody.
You watch Seinfeld?
I haven't seen that in a long time, but I used to. Yeah, I feel like when I was younger, I would see it. So probably went over my head a lot.
Yeah, when you were younger and naive, you didn't know that was this awful television.
You didn't watch grown men in flip flops and boot cut jeans.
I didn't have cable, so it was
George
like
Costanza would never.
it was like Simpsons, Friends, Seinfeld, like in that order every single day after school.
Nice.
You know what I mean? Like around 5 or 6 o'clock. Like
Right.
that was the like
Nice.
Simpsons, like the hour of Simpsons, and then you got the Friends, and then
Then the Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Yep.
I got
Yeah.
you.
The weekends were the worst. There was never anything on TV, and I'm
Word,
like, it's
yeah.
the weekend. This is when the best shit should be on here.
This is when I have to sit in front of the TV. What
Yeah.
are you guys doing? Like, can't you guys
Yeah.
just program it to be right? You know? No, my thing was like before school, I would watch All Grown Up for like a half hour, 45 minutes.
What year was this?
I always woke up like late, so
Like this is like elementary school for real. Like I would stop like watching TV before I got up like around like middle school and high school. Just because, like, I was like, I'm just gonna sleep in.
in middle school, it was always like MTV jams in the morning.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
They had,
That's
they
when we
had
finally
music
got
still?
cable.
They had music still.
Yeah.
Huh.
But that was like
Those were the
2006. So I mean, obviously
okay,
it was prime time.
Yeah, prime time.
My shit
You know
was
what I'm saying?
it was middle school. It was like Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. I like found it. I just happened to find the first episode, and I watched it every fucking morning till it ended.
Oh, like when
Oh
it
my
like
God,
when
that
we
shit was a
rerun
shit.
to the first season. Yeah,
Every single one till it
Yeah.
ended. Fucking Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Some obscure shit. Super Robot Monkey Team Hyperforce Go. Does anybody remember that show?
Oh my
I
God,
know.
this
I
sounds
know
so
the
familiar.
name. I know the name very clearly.
What year are you?
2014 was high school.
Oh, okay.
Say that whole thing again.
Say it again.
2014, graduated high school.
No, say that whole
no.
title again.
Super.
Yeah, say the year.
Remix.
Yeah, say the year again, dummy.
Super Robot Monkey Team Hyperforce Go.
Super Monkey.
Super Robot Monkey Team Hyperforce Go.
Okay.
It's clearly very Japanese.
I had to type. Hey,
But,
And they didn't even try to like abbreviate it.
4 seasons. Wow.
No,
I
no.
do remember this. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
it looks sort of familiar.
No, it was
you
a
know?
fun show. There was combat.
Yeah, it looks sort of familiar. You know.
You remember this?
It does. Yeah, it does kind of look familiar. What channel was it on?
It's a Disney Plus. It's on Disney Plus.
Yes, because it was one of the Disney networks.
Yeah.
So it was like
Oh, like before XD and shit.
there was like the direct Disney Channel, right?
Yeah.
Then I think
Yeah.
there was another one. The
That
one
was a
that came,
cartoony.
yeah, the one
Yeah,
that came
yeah.
before Disney XD. That one.
Okay.
Yeah,
If you had Comcast, it was channel 135.
God. Just
See, it's just like we're very
yeah,
we're very
Comcast.
like in touch with our child, like when we were little.
Oh yeah,
All
I
the
love it.
channels, like you know what channel, because it was an order, like what
I knew,
channels you
yeah.
go to and what time.
Mine, it was 56, 58, 59.
56, 58, 59.
Yeah.
After when you,
56, 57, sometimes I want to watch ABC Family.
yeah, Full House was on.
Yeah.
Boy Meets World and shit. You go to
I wasn't a Boy Meets World guy.
was it 72 was MTV?
Yeah, it was the 70s, I think.
You said this was Comcast?
Yeah.
I had
Comcast.
Dish Network.
Dish.
Ugh.
Okay.
96 was
It would rain and the picture would be all fucked
Gone.
up.
oh man.
Gone.
Tunes Network, nigga. Man.
That's what I'm saying. These
Yeah,
kids
that's what
nowadays
time.
don't even know. Like you got your cartoons on your phone.
You got the stream, dude.
Everybody who writes their
Like-
cartoons is on Xanax. Everybody who wrote our cartoons is on acid.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I have better cartoons. Like Edda and Eddie, dude.
Could be
like,
sad,
come on,
right?
it's
You could
Oh
be-
yeah.
it was
Could be
nutty.
barred out writing SpongeBob. You can't do it.
You can't be barred
Patrick,
out.
your genius is showing where. Oh,
Where?
Come on. Yeah, but how many fucking laughs that guy got in the writer's room?
Oh,
They lifted him on his shoulders. He was a champ. They bought lunch for him. You
They
know.
bought-
Wasn't that show
Hunter.
supposed to be like sold to Adult Swim? It's supposed to be like a gay show.
Huh?
Was it in like the
SpongeBob?
90s? You think?
We're talking about SpongeBob, right?
Adult
Yeah.
Swim?
Yeah, Adult Swim didn't buy it.
I had no. I've never
so
heard
they,
about that
they
before.
rewrote it. I don't know if this could be a rumor
SpongeBob.
that's just kind of like one of those things and
Adult show.
it's
would've-
not real. But
I would have watched it.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I was obsessed with Adult Swim. Like that
Oh,
was
it's on-
like
it's on
you feel like a
Looper.
badass watching that shit.
Bobo. Do you remember that show?
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Oh my God, no, what is that?
Oh, it was this fucking anime. It was hilarious. It was the most outrageous thing in the world because they stopped following the story that they set out after like the 4th episode, and the
And it-
already outrageous story they threw
They
it
just
out.
like randomized the fuck out of
They
it.
threw it out like the 4th episode. It was great.
They just realized like nobody gives a fuck about the storyline. Just like
Yeah, they let him go on for a long.
we did not have the attention span.
It was clear that the writers were fucking around, but they let him go on for a while. They got like 80 episodes. It was great.
That's why I always just I want to work on a cartoon so bad. Like just being in that room, just coming up
Yeah.
with dumb shit. Like yo,
What
this
would,
is gonna be funny.
what would your cartoon like be like? What would it be like? What would the pig be doing?
I always wanted to do like a like well not with the pig, like before the pig I did want to do like a cartoon show of like
Before
3
the pig.
stoners and they would be wearing like streetwear kind of things,
Mhm.
but it would all be like the fake, you know how like you have to get contracts to be able to use the real like name and shit
Yeah.
like that, so
Yeah.
it'd be like referencing to certain things, like it'd be like
I love shit
instead
like
of
that.
Supreme it'd say like Dupreme or like some
Yeah.
dumb shit like that, and
Oh, I remember they
supposed
used to do that a lot. I
Yeah,
remember,
like-
they used to do that a lot. I used to love that.
kind of like pear pods and like all
Yeah.
that.
The
Yeah,
Game
yeah,
Sphere.
yeah.
the
So-
game sphere. Oh
Yeah.
yes.
So it was
I
just
loved
supposed to
it.
be like literally just adventures of like just fucking 3 like basically stoner kids that just
Yeah.
like there's just like a certain cartoon also that I wanted them to be like, and actually it kind of looks like do you guys, what kind of phone, like iPhone do you have? Do you have like the
Like
Bitmoji thing, like the one
Yeah.
that like
Yeah.
takes
I
your
got that one.
picture?
yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
the one that you
yeah,
can
yeah.
create, like
Yeah.
that's kind of how I wanted the characters to be like
I feel
that
you.
kind of
Oh, like that kind of animation for it.
Yeah,
That's
like
sick.
I-
That's sick.
So like yeah, that's kind of what I wanted. I mean, I could still do that, and they could just be wearing Doughnut Shop. It could be just kind of a whole play off of that. But
I had an idea about that a while ago. Just like when I was trying to do like a clothing thing or whatever. Just like like if I were to do it like a marketing thing, I would try to do is like make them like draw all the clothes that I'm putting out on
Yeah.
the characters and make them wear it. So
Yeah.
like it'd be a thing like, oh, you watch the cartoon, if you like the shirts they wear, like because I always want to like
that's fine.
yeah, because I always want to like wear like Eddie's shirt from Edda and Eddie or like Timmy Turner's hat and shit like that.
Yeah.
Stuff they wore all the time. You're just like, oh,
Yeah.
I kind of want that in real
Yeah.
life, but like no one ever does it except for anime. They do it a lot.
You know, I want more like independent animators just to sort of
Start their own networks.
arise. I mean, yeah, arise on scene. Just
Yeah.
collaborate with an artist at a time, and you put out an episode. And if it's trash, hey,
Try again
Is
next
what
time.
it
You
is.
go in the back of the line, try again when
You
you're
know
up
what I'm
front.
saying? You
Yeah.
missed, but sometimes you're gonna
Yeah.
strike absolute gold.
Exactly.
Let's make ourselves laugh. You know.
Yeah, right, exactly. Nah, but yeah, so 2003, Spike launched a late-night Adult Swim style animation block anchored by Pamela Anderson's Stripperella. Don't remember that.
What?
And
I missed this.
yeah, I miss Stripperella, dude. How'd I miss Stripperella? And the new and more sexually graphic version of Nickelodeon classic Ren and Stimpy, called Ren and Stimpy Adult Party Cartoon.
Oh,
Oh my god.
And yeah, executives from Spike approached Steven Hilberg to do a similar rebit of SpongeBob, but he outright refused.
Wait, you know what cartoon is it? Like it's kind of like Ren and Stimpy, but it's like
Cat Dog.
Angry
no,
Beavers.
it's like fuck. It's like slipping my mind, and I literally have like the full season.
Cow
on
and
DVD.
Chicken.
Keep going.
Hold on, I'm gonna look up 90s cartoons.
Doug.
It's like the dog, and then
Cat Dog?
No. It's like the or is he a dog?
Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Why is
Good
my mind is blanking right now?
There were a lot
It's
of
like
Is it Nickelodeon?
he's wearing blue shorts with purple triangles on it.
Blue shorts.
Rocco's Modern Life.
Yes.
Rocco's
that
Modern Life.
shit.
Yeah. They remade that, I
That
think.
Did they?
they did. They made
Yeah.
a movie. They
Yeah.
made a movie.
Oh, it was a movie.
But that
Okay,
shit was
yeah.
before its time. I think they need to like
Oh,
resurrect
man.
that shit. Like
So many little hidden gems. in
yeah,
that
like
writing.
I'm like, what? They were really saying this stuff, and my like
Oh, yeah.
little ass was just like,
Like, oh, this
God,
is fun. It's like
this
a
is great.
cartoon.
I
Like
just
that's
like
what
the
my dad
pictures.
would like watching like cartoons with us originally because he was like, yeah, it's like he would laugh at shit. It was like, that's funny. Okay, I laugh. I'm laughing.
yeah.
I got it.
Just go over here. You're just like, I just like the pictures. Like, there's
Yeah.
so many things I've gone back and watched, and I'm like, haven't watched it since I was like a certain age, and I'm like, what? Like, that's
Dude.
what that shit was about.
Yeah.
Like,
Watch Jimmy Neutron like front to back when you get a chance, bro.
Like the show or the movie?
No, both actually. It's nuts.
I swear
it's
to God.
nuts.
I swear
Because
to
like
God.
we did it like we like did it on a like an acid trip one day and we're just breaking down like all like the littlest things we can find and like we just came to the realization it's like okay, Jimmy created this town and all these people. He's basically a god in purgatory and he had to do all these things.
is that really it?
That's what we like
was
figured
like-
out because like all the situations he got himself into, he easily got himself out. So like it's a thing where like you're creating your own universe because you're so bored.
Yeah.
You know, you're
And
so
it's
smart.
crazy.
You're the
Think
smartest
about-
thing ever. And you're bored.
I think about how much like effort went into solving what were ultimately meaningless problems.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He wanted ice cream, so he fucking froze the town or some shit. Like, or it was too hot outside, so he changed the climate of the planet.
And he
then had to
knew, and
spray
he
a thing.
knew, and he knew. You know what I'm saying? Like, and like the things he did too, like that, especially that episode, he made the fattest people in town jog in place and sweat into a little pool. He could have figured out 1,000 different ways to do it. He just wanted to see them do a humiliating thing
Just
for his
fucking
entertainment.
sit there and sweat.
Yeah, he's just like,
And he's like, and he goes to him.
so
he's
Jimmy's
like, yeah.
evil.
He's
That's
like,
what
yeah,
we're saying.
he's like, yeah. If you don't do it, the town is doomed.
Yeah, exactly. He's like,
Your
this is-
family's gonna die if you don't do this right. if you don't
Exactly.
fucking
He's like,
sweat.
well, this is the way I figured it out. So, unless you guys want to figure something else out too, you're gonna have to sweat. You're gonna have to jiggle for Jimmy. You know what I mean?
Especially when people like, even this was kind of a smaller thing. Maybe it was the drugs, but
The drugs.
when you watch the faces in Jimmy Neutron when everybody's like cheering, watch
Yeah.
the background characters. It's
Oh,
not
yeah.
joy on their faces. It's a sort of horror.
It's horror. Yeah.
Like dude was like
He's
he's being forced to do, like he has no choice but to do
That's
this at
actually
this time.
terrifying.
yeah. It's
Go and
it's
look
like
in the background when they
just,
cheer.
just
It's
watch the
crazy.
show front and back, and you just be like, wow. And like Cindy had a slave essentially. You know what I mean?
I was peeking and the Funky Jam dance party was on. You remember that one?
Oh,
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck is he's really trying to get niggas to learn and they're like, nah.
another like small one. Fucking Libby bought it like these two CDs, just like cause she was like doing an experiment, like, oh, which plant grows better to this? And it was like classical music and like rap or whatever, and like the rap one was like a stupid typical rap name, and it was just like another one. It was like something on a G string, and I was just like, ah, yes, like catching it as an adult. I'm just like, Yes, fine. This is hilarious because no child would just get that. They'd just be like, "Oh, that's a chord I don't know." You know what I'm saying? Or like that's a music thing I don't know.
Thing
On a G string. That was hilarious. Oh man,
Jimmy Neutron's for adults.
exactly. Nah, it is an adult show.
I think all of those. Have you guys seen the new what is it, like Trolls movie?
No.
World Tour.
Nah, I stopped watching those kind of movies. Like, probably, yeah.
What, you mean like the animated ones?
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm gonna get back into them because I thought the same thing about like Spider-Man: The Spider-Verse. Like, I'm not watching a damn cartoon, but like I watched it. And
oh, that shit was a piece of art. Yeah, that shit was awesome. No, but this shit, like, subliminal as fuck, and I really don't think it was for like kids because it was about unity. Like, it was some deep shit. It was talking about
really,
like,
man.
Yeah, it was talking about like it was like it was like each string of this like big giant guitar was like for like different cultures, and like it was like different kinds of music and like the originators and all this crazy shit, and it was just like there was like this deep ass like which the whole time I was watching it I was like, this has to be something about that. Like I was just being like, this is so subliminal. It has to be something about like unity, subliminal ass shit. Like even though the whole obviously the storyline is like, you know, there's this evil fucking person just wants to steal the magical like guitar and take everybody's string and take music away from everybody.
Okay, I've seen the commercial.
Yeah, so like everybody's like the same person and take the color out of life. Not like, you know, like the corny kid stuff.
Yeah, the oppressors.
Yeah, but like as I'm watching it, I'm like, no, this is deep. And I'm like, as it keeps going, I'm like, no, this is deep. And then at the like at this one time, like this one whole big speech, I was like, oh, but I knew I was right. Like
it was like
it just sold it to me. I was like, this is not for these kids. These kids are like, yeah, trolls. It's like, no, this is talking to adults and telling like everybody to be fucking like it's just literally about unity. Like it's just like the most interesting way of them like doing it. And I'm like, everybody should watch that shit just for that like concept. Like
I heard the same thing about Inside Out. Is that what it's called? The one with about
Inside
the emotions.
Out was very interesting.
Yeah, because my sister said like it's because she's like a psychology major or whatever. There's like this movie's actually really good for kids to learn, or for adults and kids to like. For one, adults teach their kids emotional intelligence and stuff like that. I was like,
I think new age Disney is obviously a lot different than like old Disney, like all the death and the darkness, and
without the anti-Semitism.
Yeah, like now it's kind of more of like basically like actually teaching you something, like what you would think that Disney was fucking doing the whole time, but now they're actually doing it. I think it's probably like a lot more of like the new age,
like the
animators,
the Pixar age.
Yeah. Like, and so like that's why every time I see any of those movies, like I instantly just gravitate towards them because they're just fucking like, one, it's dope. Two, there's just like
it's good art. It's cool, like they knock them out of the park every single time.
A cool like storyline and
My working theory is that there are no kids shows because we don't let kids write shows. So everything is going to be intended for adults. Like one of my favorites is Megamind. That's one of my favorite movies ever.
Megamind.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Unappreciated gem. Deserves a sequel. You ever seen Megamind?
I like. Megamind came with like the TV we have upstairs for some reason because it's a 3D TV.
Throw it on.
And we never use it.
Throw it on.
I don't have it anymore. I threw it away.
Wow. Oh my God. You can probably find that though. Like
no, we can find it. It's somewhere. Like, I've seen it. It's good. I like it. Yeah, I've seen it. I like it. You know what I'm saying? But like, I didn't watch it on the 3D TV. But like, I watched it like in school.
You know what's a really good one? Ralph Breaks the Internet. Have you seen that one?
Oh, Ralph Breaks the Internet.
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
You haven't seen the second one?
No.
Oh my God. That shit was trippy as fuck. I'm like, this man's literally actually traveling the internet. Like the way they came up with this concept, like, was just insane. I'm like, who the fuck? Like the whole time I was just mind blown. I was like, bro, what? They made like these little like shot, like you go over to like the kind of like Google thing, like Google search thing, but there's like it's like a different kind of thing. You're like asking it to search for shit, and like the way eBay looks is like it's like a bunch of people bidding. It's like it was just so like dope. I'm like, y'all made
the Dave Chappelle skit from 2003.
Oh yeah,
the whole movie.
They made like literal versions of like everything, and it's like that shit was just so like it was just genius.
Yeah, that just goes to show too. It's like there's no such thing as a bad idea. Just like poor execution, because you're just like you're in a writer's room. You're like that was like a 24-hour binge. There was like, what if a video game character got out?
Nah, Cuties is a terrible idea.
All right, I did misspeak. Cuties was a fucking awful
worst idea to ever exist.
You seen that?
What is it?
Like this commercial for it's essentially like. What it is. They got like a team of like youth twerkers, like a youth twerk team, and they document them during competition.
No, it's not a documentary. It's a narrative film, but like,
it's a film. Oh,
Yeah.
whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? Like,
No good.
Oh, so it's not real?
I saw something that said the director said, "Oh, it's based on my life or whatever the fuck."
No, nigga, I'm not watching the fucking commercial. Y'all can watch it. I refuse.
Hey, turn it
What
off.
is
Hey, turn it off.
this?
Turn it off.
Turn it off. We might
Turn
get
it off.
fucking-
Turn it off. Turn it off.
Yeah,
No,
turn it off,
no,
bro.
no.
Is it nope, nope.
No,
I
turn it off.
refuse.
No,
I
no, no.
refuse. Because it's fucking. They got like a team of fucking 8-year-old girls to shake their ass and do like stripper shit, and they like recorded it.
They said they auditioned 700 girls for that film.
Several hundred.
No, 700.
700. All right.
Nigga.
Still, yeah, I was right. Several hundred. 700.
But,
though,
like, nigga, for what?
Jesus Christ. Like, you sat there. This thing about the whole process. Like, 4 executives sat in the room for like 3 days and watched little girls shake their ass in front of them. They need to be in jail. They need to be in jail.
I mean, that's like that perverted pedophilic shit that is obviously getting exposed now, but people have been doing it forever.
Oh, it's not a new thing, you know. It's as
Burn
old as
Hollywood, burn.
Yeah, it's as old as Hollywood itself. But like,
It's French though.
Huh?
It's French though. Apparently,
What?
the film.
It's human, dude. It
I
ain't
just,
right. It ain't
I just
right.
don't ever see the. I mean, obviously, I'm a normal person, but like, I don't
You know
ever
what I
see
mean?
the appeal.
You know,
like,
as
I'm
a
just,
person,
I'm just like, that's fucking disgusting.
It's fucking
Like,
gross.
I never see a
Parents
kid and
need
I'm
to-
like, hey,
Hey,
you doing later?
what you doing? But like, yeah, it's fucking like, where their parents too. Parents need to be in worse jail.
Yeah.
Super jail.
I mean, like little girls
Literally super
nowadays,
jail.
Yeah,
like
super jail.
just looking like they do themselves up and they look just like so much older and like
Yeah.
that's just like the like I you know me like I had a friend like a couple years back who's would tell her sister to lie about her age
Huh.
and I was just like I'm not about this like,
It's like, please
somebody's
don't.
gonna flirt with her or whatever thinking she's like 18 and she's like 15 like it's
Oh
just
my
like
gosh.
and it's
This
just
is
like you're
gross.
just setting up your sister like why
Yeah,
are you
no good.
condoning this and
Yeah, like
it's just
that.
like
It's like that whole like it's like a like old like parlor fucking brothel type shit.
Yeah.
It's like, oh no, you have to do this to get this out of men.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But
And
you've,
it's like,
you've seen those pictures of
yeah.
like us when we were like in middle school and like now
were
girls
gross.
in middle school and
we
it's
were
like
gross in middle school.
I was hideous.
Yeah,
I
and it's
shouldn't have
like-
been allowed out the house.
yeah, I would roll out of bed and come to school like nobody gave a fuck.
It was sweatpants and a Kool-Aid t-shirt. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like, it was crazy.
And people were still holding hands in the hallway like nobody was trying to impress anybody and now all of a sudden like everyone's just like you know for the
hot.
gram and TikTok and whatever that's trending next and
yeah,
it's
this
just like-
this makeup. Just like
Yeah.
you think about like back then too. It's like 'cause I had a sister. Like back then I was like, oh, some of these like arbitrary rules my dad
Yeah.
would set and shit like that. I was like, oh no, he was just protecting his daughter from
Yeah.
creeps
It is all, but it's like the parenting nowadays like they don't give a fuck anymore like
because they're so woke. I
Like,
think
I
it's
just-
like the wokeness got to them. They're too awake now. You know what I'm saying? They've been up for too long.
Yeah, I mean, like for like I said, like we were just like angry at our parents for no reason back then, and
Yeah.
it's like now,
Well, my kids
but
be
like they
angry
were
at
so
me.
closed, and it kind of made it more like I don't know, like it kind of made it fun, like more fun to go and actually do what you want, like be
Yeah.
like a rebellious. But now it's like anything fucking goes. It's like what's
yeah,
the point?
Bring
at
as
this
a boy
point?
girl sleepover.
Yeah,
Fine,
like
cool.
they'll drop all the like all that money on fucking what's the I don't even know the makeup place.
Oh, like Sephora and shit.
Sephora, yeah, Sephora. Like the parents are the ones paying for that
for
shit.
like their 8-year-old.
Yeah, like they're
what are
like
you
they're
doing?
buying shit from like Victoria's Secret and shit. Like, why?
Yeah,
You know, there's
that's
just
the thing too. Is just like the argument in contrast to that. Like I hear like this online and shit, or it's just like, oh well, why are you sexualizing children? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Stuff like that. I'm just like,
The argument is like creeps shouldn't exist, and it's like, bro, come on.
yeah, it's more just like, bro, well, I
They
see,
do.
yeah, I see what this is. I know, like, I know you're dumb. I know you're like. You want to be the most woke person in the room. It's like, well, I'm not sexualizing my child. Da, da, da. You want to be right so bad. It's just like, I'm not. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We are not.
I feel like the
Me
parents
and my group.
aren't woke necessarily. I think they're like conformed. They've just become like they're like, oh well, if this is society, like I'm gonna make myself an Instagram, a Twitter, like a Facebook.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna hit up all the social medias and you know
And be
reposting and repost memes and it's like
Yeah,
bro,
I
like-
think too is just like
Boomer memes.
Yeah,
Ah.
boomer memes, selfies like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I think it's a thing where also it's just what happened to like this. I hate saying generation, but like this like generation of like
Yeah.
adults and shit. Like they would have done the same thing in the 80s. They're adults and shit because like I keep saying and shit. And
shit.
yeah, and shit. And yeah, the wanting to be cool at all costs, wanting to stay young and shit.
Yeah.
And
wanting to be hip.
Yeah, wanting to be
jive
hip. You know,
with
like
the
you know,
youth.
like in Mean Girls, Amy Poehler's character.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if she had social
favorite.
media, if they had social media back then, she would have had an Instagram and Twitter and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
You know,
girls
like
keep me young.
Yeah, you girls keep me young. Yeah, it's the same mentality. I think adults have that mentality for a long time, like wealthy adults, obviously. But like, yeah, they've always kind of had that mentality once they have kids.
Yeah,
There's
but it's like so much. I just feel like it's just so much worse now. Like,
oh yeah, it's
like,
100% worse.
like just the Instagram becoming reality thing is just like.
Oh, babe, we have to take this picture. We have to show off how happy we are.
Yeah.
Take the picture, goddammit.
I think it's just like he's holding his shot. All right. Pop his bar.
It's like, all right, come on, stand next to me. Stand. We haven't had sex in 2 years.
Your mother came on to me the other day. Just crazy shit like that. But yeah, I think I actually asked all the good questions. But like, what's some future projects for you? This like if it's for like Doughnut Shop, like current projects you're working on.
Currently, you know, like those shirts with like women on them. You know what I'm talking about?
With
Yeah,
chicks.
like the Playboy bunny type joints.
Like I mean,
pinups?
just pull up like the 100 shirt with a girl on it. That kind of vibe, like Diamond does it, whatever. Like
Yeah,
I've just always had
type
like
type 100 girls into the Google images.
100 girls.
But like basically, I reached out to like an old friend of mine who just does modeling, and I'm like, yo, you want to like collaborate on a shirt? Like I've always had this concept since I started Doughnut Shop, and I feel like now I've gotten to a point that I feel like I'm like, you know what, like. Girls wear girls on their clothes. Guys wear girls, like especially
like the
sexy
hookups
girls,
and
sex
things?
sells.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You've seen it. You see it, right?
I think I know what you're talking about. Fucking like stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
See that?
So like I don't know. Let me just like click on something like that. You know,
Okay.
yeah.
I'm gonna be a little more creative than that. But
yeah, of course.
More tattoos.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, so like I mean, I just have like some concepts that I've had like just kind of brewing for the perfect moment. And yeah, she's like so down to do it, so I'm like, bet.
I always like that idea, like the putting like mottos on the shirt and selling. Like I'm not a fan of Ian Connor at all, but like his jersey that came out a while ago, like with this like the face and all the panels and stuff. I thought that was dope.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, like as an idea.
Shoes
Yeah.
suck.
He sucks.
I mean, like it's gonna be like more of like a sexy thing without all the provocative shit. I mean, it's still like not something that you
Like a
wear
tasteful
everywhere.
sex, you know?
Yeah, like it's just kind of like
Tasteful nudes.
cool little concept, like you know that I have like of just whatever settings. And so like yeah, she agreed to do that. So we're gonna be working on that for like a next collaboration, which I thought that was really cool because like you
Yeah,
know a lot of people
sick.
aren't doing that like out here. I mean, bigger brands are, but like
Yeah, but
you
like
know.
yeah, not around here.
Yeah,
for
and
real, for
it
real.
was funny because it was just kind of like once again the universe just opened it up. It was meant to be. I was like, "Yo, you want to be on a shirt?" She's like, "It's been my dream." I was like, "Well,
It's been my dream forever. Yes.
I was like, "Well, it's been my dream to have this shirt." So
Yeah,
let's
exactly.
like let's fucking do it.
So let's fall asleep together.
Yeah. So so that's
God,
one.
This guy's a fucking killer, man.
Oh man. Yep.
And then
That'd be a great photographer, huh?
Oh, up top. Folks.
Anyway, sorry.
no, you're good. Then the video that I just posted up a couple weeks ago. I don't know if you've seen
Yeah,
it,
there you go.
but
Okay.
the
Yeah, we're gonna fix that. But you're a part of a great experiment.
Oh yeah, this is pretty dope. This is pretty dope.
See, you sound like a photographer
Yeah,
already.
so that actually that shoot right there that we went to pulled up. It was really dope actually. Good vibes. Nothing like I've never been into a situation that was in this area that was just such a like I don't know. It was just everybody.
Go back to that base.
Everybody was just.
Go back over a few more.
See, we got the makeup pull up.
Yeah, I love the 40 ounce of milk thing. Yeah,
I
that was
just
dope.
finally sold out. I think I have one last hoodie. I
Oh,
finally
word.
sold
How
out of
much?
that.
Wait, what size and how much?
Extra large.
Yes. How much?
And it's pink.
Yes, how much?
Light skinned niggas get
It's
everything,
on, I mean,
man.
I think it's on sale for like 45.
Okay,
like,
That's great.
embroidered on the
yeah,
front,
I'm copping.
like-
Yeah, I'm copping that.
Nah, I love that.
I'm
Yeah,
copping that.
that's-
joint.
Fuck,
Get your shoulders up, buddy.
man.
Get an XL. You feel
Yeah,
me?
you and your
well, I'm gonna
you
do a
and your-
pop up next week too.
You and your breasts win this round.
Thank you. Huh?
Sorry.
Y'all shot this in Virginia?
Yeah.
Nice.
So actually, this videographer, he's sick. His name is Don.
Shout out Don.
And-
Don the cinema.
Yeah, he's dope. He's just like he pulled up with like I said, makeup. One of the the models that came through, she's like almost at 1 million on fucking TikTok. I don't even know.
Jeez.
I'm just over here
TikTok
like
it's the Wild West.
didn't even
TikTok is
realize it.
nuts.
Yeah.
Shit is crazy.
Yeah,
TikTok is
she's
nuts.
killing it, and he just kind of like he was just really dope, really professional. Had like everybody pull up. I felt like I was lacking. Like I pulled up to shoots
word.
before, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna come correct next time.
he's
Like I'm
like,
like
oh,
I'm bringing the
shit.
donuts, I'm bringing the music, I'm bringing like the waters.
Bro, I'm
So-
gonna be your favorite. I'm gonna be
Yeah.
your favorite one to shoot with. buddy.
So yeah, but that dope, like that shoot was just really dope, and everybody was just having a good time, like supporting.
Yeah, it
and
was a good time.
Everybody was like networking and linking up, and he's said he's been working on this show for like since 2016.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like a little like TV show that he wants to do, which is like really dope. It's called The Hackers, and he's currently like trying to run the pilot episode, and it's just like
nice.
some crazy shit. Like he hasn't
Where
even
is he
done it
putting
yet.
it up yet, or like on like YouTube? Or?
It's gonna be like on his own website. Like he's kind of
Best way to do it.
Yeah, what
Best
he's
way to
kind
do
of
it.
doing is like he's like selling it per episode right now until he's gonna end up getting like an investor, blah blah blah. But
Yeah, that makes sense.
so like where I come in is that he's selling like different packages. So we were like saying like an episode and a sticker. Then like a different package could be like an episode, a sticker, and like a keychain.
Nice.
You know what I mean?
like
And then
that.
so like the deluxe package would have like a collaborative shirt that we would both like
That's sick.
work on.
Yeah, that's
and
sick.
I'm like, that's fucking dope. Like he reached
Yeah.
out, and I was just like, and then also I want to work with him on like kind of like a little documentary
Mm.
that just kind of is a little bit deeper and delves into like like as I was very on the surface of like why I started this and stuff
Yeah,
like
that'd
that.
be
So
sick,
yeah, I just told him, I was like, we have really good chemistry. I think like when it comes to videographers and something that's more personal, like it just depends on what videographer is going to get what out of me.
Yeah.
And I think like he could really pull like a more like, I don't know, that deep sensitive side that I've had.
You're just like,
And yeah,
is this,
and
I was
just
gonna say
make
something
it.
fucked up, but no. Let me not.
And and just like kind of like talk about like why this started, kind of like just kind of like a little short documentary talking
Yeah.
about why should you even give a fuck, like straight up,
that's
like why do you even care?
That's
Why
an
should you
important
care?
question for a creative to answer.
Yeah.
For their fan base,
Yeah.
for prospective
Especially
fans.
with
Why
like
should I give
any
a fuck?
point.
1,000 like
Why should they give a fuck?
a 1,000 brands out here, 1,000 like just there's so many things. So it's like I said earlier, like you
like they don't
are
have a
your brand
documentary.
nowadays. So I kind of came to terms with that. Like I'm like, okay, I've been this mysterious figure, but that's why I finally reached out to you. I'm like,
Sick, man.
yeah, I'm
You're
like,
the
let me
first.
let me just fucking go and let people see my personality, that I'm actually a fucking human being with a
Yeah,
personality,
yeah,
and I'm
yeah.
not just some like miscellaneous posting up t-shirts. So
Right, you're not a bot.
Yeah,
You're not a Russian bot.
Just a walking T-shirt into the room,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, so I just think it's important to start like actually putting out this movement as like what it is and why I started it, because there was just like I think I like got lost at some point, like too many things happened. I think I just got I wasn't prioritizing the right things, and it's
Okay.
like the second I started prioritizing the right things, it just started falling like in, like Dawn reached out to me and like stuff like that. So I'm just like, all right, just like people who aren't like, hey, like let me get blah 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 out of you, or like
Yeah, let me get a
hey,
free
like
t-shirt.
like whatever the fucking case. It's like more of like we're both just trading in our time and our
Everybody
our
brings
craft.
value.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that, where it's just like everybody else is just, what can I get out of this? And I'm like, that's
Yeah.
not, it's not like,
be here because you want to be here, man.
yeah, it's not like me being like broke status. I pay everybody. I've never, you know what I mean? I've never been like, oh, you charge? All right, never responding to
Oh,
you.
yeah.
Like,
Hate
no.
motherfucker,
Yeah.
man.
I
No one
pay
will
like,
grow up if we do it that way.
Exactly.
yeah, like I want to support others if I expect others to support me.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of like it's just like a exchange of energy thing. So like I said, like once I started prioritizing the right things, everything
Yeah.
just started kind of falling in, and I'm like, okay, this is why I started it. It kind of like just gave me like reminded me why I'm here in the first place, because
Yeah, I
it's
get
been
you.
so long. It kind of like you kind of
Right.
forget sometimes.
Oh
Like,
yeah, totally. Because like you lose that like initial spark. It's like
Yeah.
that of like creativity. Because you said like once you found Doughnut Shop, you was like, oh yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
But then you start doing it, and like
Yeah.
you have to think about other shit.
and then
like,
money
oh,
comes
yeah.
into play. You're like, fuck, I can't afford that, but that shit would be so dope if I
Yeah, it'd be fire.
could.
Let me write it down and shit, yeah.
So yeah, it just becomes like, okay, like instead of me like I just kind of have to like reorganize myself. Like instead of me just like living in where I could be, it's like, okay, what steps do I take to get there?
Right.
And then like, all right, even if it's like little shit, like actually responding to messages,
Yeah.
actually putting myself
That's
out
a big
there.
one.
That's a big
You
one.
know what I mean? Like actually like just kind of like doing what I set myself out to do in the first place. So I'm just like, all right, let's actually do this.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. It's almost
so-
like working backwards too. Just like
Yeah.
you saw like, all right, I want to be I want to do this with Doughnut Shop. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? What do I need to do that? You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? What do I need? And like work backwards from there. You know,
Yeah, and
that's
it's
the best way to do it.
So it's just like, all right, my friends have been copying my stuff. They've been supporting me. They've held
Yeah.
it the fuck down.
Of course.
And they love me for me, but then it's like, but I also still wanted to relate to the people that I set out to relate with. And it's like, they don't even know that I exist or like.
Yeah, because there's other people like you and your friends out there, like
Yeah.
all over the country, all over the world.
That's what a lot of us fail to realize a lot of times.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think we're all as kind of like, you know, the same. We kind of have similar experiences, weirdly enough. Like, I'll be on Twitter and be like, you know, do y'all ever like blah, 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 blah? And I'm like, damn, y'all do that too? I thought I'd just do that shit by
Yeah, it's like,
myself.
nah, bruh.
Like, in my, you know what I mean? Like, nobody's
We all
looking
do
type
this.
shit. Like, oh, you do it too? I'm like, what is this? Like, it's collective consciousness.
Yeah, of course, bro. Like it's such a, like we said in the very beginning, it's such a small world. Like you know what I mean. Like we all have more similarities and differences. You know, another Tommy cliche or whatever. But like, yeah, that's the thing, bro. Like it's a fact. We have more in common than we do different. So why not focus on, you know, shit like that?
Yeah.
Or like even market to that side. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
market to those people who you have more in common with. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like on this side of the consumer, putting yourself out there, admitting you like a thing. You know what I'm saying? Not going out on a limb and being like rocking a local T-shirt at a skate park or at a social gathering. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's like it's a balance. It's a two-way street.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, before like all the social distancing stuff, like
yeah.
I really did want.
Shouts out.
Yep, there, Jade Omari. Shout out to Jade
Shout out
Omari.
Jade. I wrote her name down actually. I wanted to get her on the podcast.
Oh,
I think she's dope as hell.
She's a sick interviewer too. She be saying some
Yes,
hard,
bitch.
deep shit. I'm like, damn.
Oh, let's go. Wait, she has a podcast?
No. She's
been on.
she's an artist.
Oh no. Oh, you said interviewer. I thought.
Oh
you said
no. Like when she gets on interviews, like I
Oh,
watch
okay,
her
better,
her
better.
interviewing. Yeah,
Sick.
she's fucking dope.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask if you were.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask if you were thinking about if you would ever consider making shoes, or if that was ever like a thing for you.
Yeah, no,
That's
I want
the
to
move.
do it all. But yeah, like I said, I wanted to just. It was kind of demotivating to realize that like I couldn't do it all at once. So I'm like, all right, like let me just backtrack and work out the kinks and start the shit over.
Yeah.
Because where do you even go about making shoes?
You got to
Like,
get the manufacturers.
Yeah,
the
that's like that's
sourcing,
always like a
you know?
weird thing to me because
Yeah.
like you see like certain things like they get the name or the brand on the fabric and shit like that. I was like,
Yeah.
how do you even do that? That's hard.
I
Yeah.
started.
That's
I
scary.
I started doing something where it's like, all right, creatively, I now write down everything I want to do but cannot afford to do right now.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Every single one of
That's
those
a
things.
good-
I'm starting keeping a list.
I got
That's a
I'm
good
gonna start
idea.
writing them down.
Like
I'm
a bucket list.
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically for creativity.
Yeah.
I just gotta write them down because I noticed that too. It's like I put notes on my phone all the time, but like like I write down the questions I ask. So
Yeah.
like because it comes faster when I write it down. You know what I mean? Or,
Yeah.
like I absorb it more. Is that how I do
Yeah.
it?
Yeah. I mean,
No, go ahead. I'm just saying it's supposed to help you. It's supposed to help your memory.
Okay.
Ding.
Yeah,
Oh,
I mean
yeah.
that's. But the cool thing is actually like when you do that and you have some things that you want to do, like when you do, even if it is years later, you find like the T-shirt. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
one of the things that I just wanted. I've had this concept sitting in my brain for a hot minute. So it's just like now that I'm in this position and I know how to print, you know, that kind of like a photo on a T-shirt and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Like I'm like, oh, I can do this, and
Yeah,
I'm
it's
like,
there.
it's just kind of like you revive it and it's like fresh because it's just been living in your mind for so long. Like other people don't know or they don't see it. So it's just like it's just dope when you can finally like be like, oh shit, like I'm checking off something from like
It's like whoa.
my imaginary bucket list because I didn't actually write it down. I just wanted to do it. So yeah, it's just like I think it's just a thing that just I don't know feels good when you actually are
Yeah.
you're to
To
the
get
point you're like
closure,
you're like
almost.
wow, I'm actually progressing. I've reached the point where I
Yeah.
can check this off.
Sick. Yeah. What'd you got, babes? Oh no, he was on Amazon.
Yeah, I mean I'm gonna do a pop up next week.
Oh, sick.
And
Where
then
at?
Yeah, Audi.
Beauty Inc.
Beauty Inc.
Yeah.
I think I know what you're talking about.
It's in Durwood. Like I said, shout out to Lily earlier. Shout out to
bet.
Young Alcoholics.
Shouts
All
out.
right.
Yeah, she's
All right, my type of people.
Yeah, that's my
Exactly.
homie. That's like my best friend. She's a tattoo artist. She's done my whole arm.
Oh, bet.
I almost tweeted the other day. I was like, if she stops tatting, because she's like currently going through some health shit.
Oh,
So I'm like, if she ever stops tatting, I guess I'm just never gonna get another tattue because
Right.
I have my best friend's art on my arm. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like that's
don't
something I
wanna-
can take with me everywhere. That's like a whole nother level of like.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. A whole other thing is like support. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like fucking both of my tattoos Davion did down here. They're both one needs to be covered up, but
Yeah.
one I'm gonna keep.
But it's just cool because
Yeah.
it's like that's like somebody who like I'm not just going to any random person and it's just
Yeah.
like somebody like I'm getting somebody's art but also somebody who cares who I
Yeah.
care about
Like,
deeply.
yeah,
And it's
we
like
got
I'm getting
drunk
her
together.
art on my arm. So yeah, so her tattoo shop and I actually watched her like go from like tatting in her house in the extra room to like, you know, having shops, and now she has like this big shop in Durwood.
Oh, shit.
And yeah, she's we collaborate every now and then. She like is one of my biggest supporters, and yeah, when I'm down, she like helps me, you know what I mean? She like lifts me up. We kind of do it. Your rider, yeah, we kind of do it with each other, and then yeah, so I'm just gonna pull up and do a little pop up, social distance pop up, whatever, you know. And
I'm definitely gonna keep a lookout for that. Or like, what's the date? Yeah, plug the date. It was probably gonna pass.
I'm thinking
by the
like
time this is out.
Yeah. I mean, I'm thinking like, when do you usually put these out?
We're like going through things with like editors right now. It'll be out by like a week or two. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, it'll be gone by then. But because it's gonna be like next. Well, I mean, for you guys, just for you to know, it's gonna be like next. I'm thinking between Wednesday and Thursday, one of those days.
Next Thursday.
Let's see.
Yeah, let's see.
Only Friday right now. Let's see.
We might be able to figure it out by then. So yeah, bet.
But yeah, no. So that's gonna be dope because I want to be able to drop some hoodies and stuff like that, and I have like the old shit that I'm just some things I'll probably drop again, like, you know, my main logos. But if it's like a art, like if it's like a design that was made through collaborative efforts with another artist, it's more than likely going to be limited. Yeah. So I probably won't be dropping it again, like that hoodie, the one that you're going to cop. It's just I'm never going to drop it again, you know. Oh. So I mean, maybe I'll make you a special one. I don't know. I'll have a T-shirt.
Look at this trend.
But yeah, like I just wanted to get rid of the old like inventory and just kind of move on, because some of it is like last season, but it's my fault I didn't promote it the right way.
Oh, I feel you.
So it's just kind of like I said, like I wasn't prioritizing the right things, and one of them was just not like. Sometimes I'd like leave Doughnut Shop for like weeks on end and be like, let me pick it back up real for like, you know what I mean? It was just an emotional thing. Like now I kind of, and I'm more like in the I just kind of more like do it every day. Yeah. Kind of thing.
That's the best thing you can do with any kind of like artistic endeavor, creative endeavor is consistency.
Yeah, you're just like, I'm like living it every day. I'm putting myself out there. Yeah. I was scared of that for the longest time because I feel like you're just kind of being vulnerable when you are, you know what I mean? When you're just like saying shit and
after a while, man.
Yeah,
you know, like,
I mean, but I've never done it before. So like I said, I had stage fright and stuff like that. Like I thought I was gonna stutter. Didn't stutter. I'll out myself right now. I don't give a fuck. Like, I'll expose myself. But I just brought myself to this like point. I'm like, all right, it's time to just do different because I want different. Like I want to. I've been doing this way for so long. I want to try something in a different way so that maybe there's a different outcome.
Yeah, of course. There's always gonna be a different outcome. You try something different. For real. You know, for negative or positive. And so far, it looks like it's been positive. Man.
Yeah, so and I mean, I'm really glad. Like, you guys are dope. So I'm really glad I reached out to you. And I think I have another one on Wednesday. So I'm just like, fuck it. Like,
yeah, dude.
I'm like, I didn't just say it. I'm gonna do it.
Once you do one, you're just like,
yeah, I'm gonna put myself out there. So
yeah, you do another podcast soon?
Yeah, I mean, this is a girl that I went to school with, and I think I might be her first interview. She's just started. Yeah, she's just starting it, and she's just like reached out. She's like, the come up.
The come up.
Yeah.
We support you.
The come up is coming up. Yeah. So yeah, that one's really dope. She's really professional about it. Like, sent me like a whole bunch of things to send her to like questions to start thinking about. Oh, so and it's not gonna be like this though. It's gonna be on Zoom.
Yeah, you see, we're not. No.
I'm not. That wasn't shade. That wasn't shade. I'm just. I was just. That wasn't like shade at all. I kind of like the randomosity of this. I was like, all right, don't know what to expect, and I think I like that a little bit because, like I said, I don't want to sound robotic. I'm like,
she's better than you two pieces of shit.
I mean, this is cool and all, but you have equipment.
No, it's gonna be on Zoom. I think she's just still practicing like social distancing, which is cool. You know, we don't give a fuck over here.
Again, you know, we don't care.
I mean, I like
We're
this.
In the attic.
This is kind of sometime.
This is kind of what I wanted. I wanted like to be able to just sit here with a microphone.
Like, yeah, we don't do Zoom meetings.
I want to do her show.
We're not doing those.
I want to do her show. I haven't met her, and you know, this is the first time I'm hearing that this person and this program exists. But I want to do the show.
You want to do the come up?
Yes. Hell yeah, dude.
Oh, I'll let her know.
Yes. I want to come up.
We both want to do it.
Yeah, she wants to interview creative, so I mean, shit. She'll put the attic up on there.
So I can come with the creative.
When creatives get together, and
I can come along with the creative.
This guy's like fucking. You know when you hear about those people where it's like, oh yeah, these two people would have never met. This guy introduced him. He's that guy. Huh? You know, the guy in every picture, like, wow, who's this guy? You know?
No, I told him, like, I'm like, you definitely have like a TV personality kind of thing. Like, I feel like this is such a like iconic moment. Like, I don't know what it is, but just something about this just feels like it's just like
it's fun here.
You know, I mean, it's like one of those stories later on.
It's a come up.
We started in the basement.
but in the attic. Bro, like it's like 3 or 4 people have been like, oh, I kind of thought it would be in the attic.
Has anybody ever like switched it around and asked you questions?
I mean, Devin did once 1-800-DEADBOY episode, and that's like for future reference, guys. Please ask us questions. Like,
he asked us like our favorite quotes or like song quotes, like song lyrics, something like that.
If you have questions, please, by all means.
So like, why the attic when we're in the basement?
What are you talking about?
Why not the basement with the friends?
What?
With friends?
What? No, but
basement of friends.
Literally like 12-year-old fucking immaturity, just being like, well, we're recording in a basement. Let's just call it the attic because it's opposites.
I mean, attic has a really good like ring to it.
Yeah,
so
basement's long.
Yeah.
Basement's long.
Basement's long, and I felt like it existed.
It also just kind of sounds like kind of like scary. Like it's kind of like
and we can call our fans addicts.
Shoot us in your veins.
Like
Fanatics.
But and this like the We Kill Cowboys part, like that was like his old podcast, and we just posted it on. We just didn't want to make a new channel. So.
Yeah, marketing's hard. So
marketing's hard. You already had a few followers.
It was like, let's just use this one.
Yeah, it was just like new host.
There's like one guy in Sweden listening.
Yeah,
one guy. I don't know who he is.
I feel like nowadays it's just kind of like engaging. I've stopped really putting in money in like advertising per se. Like it's kind of more of like what you actually are doing, at least when you're so small. Like, when you're like big as fuck and you just can spend whatever on ads and put it out there, like, and put it in front of everybody and algorithms. But it's just like, I think it's more of like an engaging kind of thing. Like, it's like reach out to people, talk to them. Why, like, you know what I mean? Give them like a value. Give them like, why should I follow you? Like, I think that's like the biggest thing is like, okay, well, I care about Doughnut Shop. Okay, but why the fuck should I care about Doughnut Shop when I started like being like, you're right. Like, as an outsider looking in, like, why should I give a fuck? So it's just like kind of thing where you just have to put yourself out there. Like, just keep doing content. You guys obviously have the mics and the equipment, and you did the damn thing. So
we're doing good.
Yeah, a lot of people talk about.
We bought another like piece of equipment just like the other day. It's like we're gonna be able to put out these like as soon as we're done. You know what I mean, like it's gonna be great.
But a lot of people are talk, and it's like when you're doing, it's a lot different. So like, and there's just so much potential in this.
In the attic.
Yeah, there's just so much potential in this right now. Like I said, this is iconic moment because this is like you're in the basement kind of thing.
Yeah,
like, you just started really here and you're about to fucking
Like, a lot of cool people been down here, man.
I believe in it. Yeah, fucking that video of Drake. Like after the Raptors won the championship, look at this, this didn't exist before us. We created this. Look around you. Every time I come down here, I think about that video.
That was like the biggest meme for the longest time.
That was great.
Look at this. This didn't exist before us. We created this.
This is so funny.
Yeah, that was great, man.
Yeah, no, but this is it. This is like the vibe.
Let's get that. Let's get that. That's 5.
Yeah,
it's 5.
Get what?
It's 5 vibes.
Oh, 5
well, that's
vibes.
6. But yeah, let's get that. Let's get that Drake one.
I didn't know what you meant either. I was like,
no, the Drake shit.
What are
you guys better actually like get a vibes jar in here.
Dude, I'm going to. I
have a jar.
Let's just cut that open. Let's
Throw some V's in it.
Let's just cut the can open.
Oh.
Yeah, let's just cut the top of it open.
I shot this bullet in here in the side of this when you were upstairs one time.
Oh yeah, when we were shooting up the basement.
Out.
Yeah.
No, we were all doing it. It was a stupid thing. Like when we turned the lights back on, you see like a bunch of white patches around. It's where we had a BB gun and my mom wasn't home. We just fucked the basement up. Oh, but it'll be my basement soon.
So what is the process that you guys do? You know what I mean?
As far
as what?
Like how do you, I mean obviously I reached out to you guys, but like how do you decide who your next victim is? How do you
But I mean like it's usually this a thing where like it's just on my end, like you answered a second, but like most people hit me up, you know what I'm saying? It's like, oh man, what can I come on the attic, bro? Can I be on the show? I'm just like, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I don't care. It was like, yeah, sometimes I reach out to people like Bass reach out. He reaches out a lot to like a lot of different people. So like he does a lot of that legwork.
You like the behind the scenes, like you hold it down kind of thing. Yeah.
He does a lot of like that, like hitting people up. You know what I'm saying? And I do it too, but like more of my thing is like I'm a shy person by nature. So like I'm just not gonna be like, hey, you want to be on my show? It's like
gonna be really fun.
I would like comment or like repost something in theirs. You know what I'm saying? It's like oh bro, I appreciate the love. You know, like oh no problem, bro. I think you're dope, bro. Oh, I'd love to have you on my podcast sometime. sometime soon, bro. If
Yeah.
you're down.
And now you got him.
Yeah, got him hooked. You know what I mean? Like, and like that's been like 9 out of 10 times it's worked.
See,
10
but
out of
that's
10
dope.
times,
Because then
really.
when I post you guys and if they actually watch this all the fucking way through,
yeah, they watch all 2 hours of this.
Yeah, right. I mean, usually you gotta be like interesting for them to watch all that shit. But
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
some of them just actually care.
Well, if I do
But-
say so myself.
You know?
But
don't
yeah,
want
if they
to
watch
know
all
more.
that, then they'll know that they can just fucking reach out to you guys.
Oh yeah, man.
Just
Definitely.
like it's just we should set up like a booking thing, but at the same time you want to just invite people, you know.
Yeah.
But at the same time,
Yeah.
if you send a DM, yeah.
But that's- I feel like that's
Generally, yeah, it's like, and also the
it ends
rule
up
of
being
thumb-
just people
Yeah.
you like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
generally, also the rule of thumb is, bro, like, do something. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't hit me up if you don't have a link in your bio, at least to a creative thing you're doing.
Yeah.
If you make music, you got to be on the stream.
But I have an idea.
yeah, I know. I generally don't like, and like I would say Devin would be an exception, or 1-800 Dead Boy, but like he skates and shit. You know what I'm saying?
He makes videos, photos.
Yeah.
That's different.
Yeah, he
That's
does
creative.
stuff. He
Yeah.
does like creative
Actually, I
shit.
think he's taken some pictures for me.
He might have,
Through the
yeah.
grapevine. I don't even know.
He might like tall, skinny white kid.
I've never even met him.
Oh.
How many of those do
I've
you
just
know?
been told to tag him in as the photo, like as a photographer. So
Okay, yeah, he
it's
probably
one of those things.
did. Yeah,
Small world.
Moco baby. But yeah, just like if you're going to hit us up, like have something. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Don't just be a guy because
You know?
we're just the guys who are on here.
You know how fucking interesting you have to be to just be a guy.
Just be a guy and come
You
on a
have to be really
podcast.
fucking interesting.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
we tried
yeah.
one. It didn't work out.
We tried one and
It didn't
thank
work
God
out.
my computer got stolen.
It
dude.
didn't work
Oh my
out. I'm
God.
glad they stole.
I'm glad
I
I
was gonna
stole
say, like, what do
all
you
of
even
them.
sit here and talk about? Like, if there's nothing to talk about, like, I mean, I feel like there's always something to
Yeah.
talk about, but if you just aren't a talkative person,
We
like,
just riff. You
Yeah,
know?
that is just like
It's like-
that's like the whole like hour of the show is just like us like riffing off like a question I asked or something like that.
Yeah.
So like have something for me to ask you about. You
like
know what I mean?
awkward silence, like,
Yeah, it's like
Never.
also like
Never.
oh my God, that's so painful.
Like, yeah.
I'm just like, I just can't do
I'll leave
awkward
the room.
silence. I will
Yeah,
literally
I'll
just
leave the
talk.
room.
I don't give a fuck if I'm talking to myself. I will talk. You don't even gotta respond. I will probably respond to what I'm saying. Like,
yeah, like
I will
I think I'm nuts for doing that like when I'm by myself down here. But like yeah, it's good practice.
You ever just start doing a bit?
Yeah, all the time.
just start? Yeah.
Every single day of my life. And it was like, yeah, start like like I ask myself a question, like kind of in the form of an interview, then answer it like a dummy. You know what I mean?
I do that so much.
do you ever
right?
do you ever
Oh,
talk
it's
to an
so-
invisible
shit, thank
camera?
God. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
like all the time. I'm like,
the
welcome to my kitchen. We're
Yeah.
about to do a cooking show. Blah, 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 blah. And
No,
I'm like, we're
mine's just
talking. And I'm like,
Why is it straight like Jersey Shore confessions? He's like, I was like, well, man, this motherfucker over here. It's just like, it's just stuff like
oh my
that.
God, I gotta try that one.
Yeah, bro, it's a little fun. It's like you create drama in your own head with your own voices.
Yeah, like I gotta. That's what I've been trying to like. I've been trying to practice improv. I'm like, let
Yeah.
me just talk like without any subject or anything. Like,
Any
let me just
provocation
fucking
or
talk.
Just look at a thing. It's like, you know, like it's like Kaiser Soze it. You know what I'm saying? Just like, oh well, fucking, you know that leather on that ball is actually fake. You know, you know what it really is. It's O.J. Simpson's victims.
Did you know the Kufi? Did you know the Kufi is named after a man named Robert Koofington?
Robert Koofington the third. Did you know International Pancake Day was named after John F. Pancake? Bruh, nah,
I swear to God, I'm using that one soon.
bruh. No, I was with Elisa years ago. I was with like this like group of girls or whatever, and like I was like a year or two older than them, so I was like a little more mature. And like we went to the IHOP for the pancake day, and I was just joking because like no one was talking. I was like, wow, do you guys know like Pancake Day was started by John F. Pancake in the 1920s? And no lie, every single one of them was like, oh my God, really? That's so weird. I never knew that.
Yeah,
Girls
John F.
believe
I,
anything.
like I'm kidding.
Yeah,
It's
John F.
like,
Pancake.
I'm joking.
John F. Pancake. Yeah, he was one of the biggest pancake. He owned one of the biggest pancake houses in the Jim Crow South.
You
I've
know?
learned as long
in
as
the
you
antebellum South.
Yeah, I've learned as long as you sound like you know what you're talking about, they'll believe it every
If
time.
you don't stutter, you're good.
Yeah.
You're fine.
You're
Yeah.
gold.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They would at least ask, that's not true.
Yeah.
It was like, is that true? It was like, yeah. I kept the bit up for a minute till we got like inside and seated down, like sat down. So like I'm gonna ask them about it. I was like, don't. I was kidding. Don't look stupid, please, please.
John F. Pancake. What the fuck are you talking about? Why aren't you in school?
Yeah, why aren't you? Why weren't we in school? Or they in school? But
Boy.
boy, it was a year out. It's fine. But fuck, what were we saying? No, but yeah, fucking to have something to say.
Yeah, it's just be fun.
Yeah.
You know?
Be
That's the
fun,
thing.
be a guy.
If you say like three things, if you say like three interesting things, we can fill the time. We'll be
Yeah.
we'll be okay.
We'll try.
You
We'll
know?
You gotta
we'll-
spark the conversation.
Yeah, we'll do our best. But like, yeah, it was like there's two notable ones we did that were just god awful. I don't think you were there for one, huh?
I know.
No, you weren't even like filming for us yet.
I think the one I'm thinking about, I wasn't there for that one.
Yeah,
that one and the one that just never came out.
With your mans, with your mans, you about to run up on.
Oh! I mean, shit. That's yeah. I was there for that briefly.
You were? Oh man.
I was like leaving as it was getting heated, and that was a mistake. I should have stayed because it was probably hilarious.
Yeah. Nah, it was like a thing where like one ended up being like a 45-minute boring conversation about like cars and nothing. It was stupid. And like one just turned into like a political fucking fight. You know what I'm saying? It's like from our Hispanic Trump supporting ex-friend.
Oh my god. Do you just not post those
Here's
up?
the thing.
No, I didn't want to post that one because it's like I'm not gonna post one of me yelling. You know what I'm saying? It's
you're like getting
weird.
like heated and
Yeah, it was like not on my own show. You know what I'm saying? It's just like
I mean, you don't want, like I said
not.
earlier, you don't want somebody who just pulls you out of character. Like I want to just chill, man.
Man, this
like,
dick makes me mad. This fucking dickhead makes me angry, dude.
You let him get your goat.
Nah, it's just at the time because he was in my house and I was just like, bro, like,
what?
yeah, don't yell in my house for one. You know what I mean? it's like take your shoes off and fucking don't yell.
Who yells? Period.
The taking the shoes off not a real thing.
I don't even know how to yell.
Yeah, it's like it's not
It
necessary.
takes a lot of.
Oh, I can get
Solve
there.
your problems with violence.
I can get exactly.
Yeah.
Buy guns and land.
Sometimes you just gotta like project.
Yeah,
You know
because
what I mean?
I teach the lifeguard classes and shit, like, and I work in the like underground pool, so I gotta like yell. So like I'm decent at it.
Even though there's like good
Firm.
is it like the aquatic center?
Yeah, but like it's the sport and health over at Lake Forest. And,
Okay.
Yeah, it's just like you would think it's good acoustics, but it's just echoey and shit. No one can hear each other.
Oh
So
yeah.
I got good at yelling. You know what I mean? But yeah, again, not on my show.
Yeah.
I don't want a controversial. At least not with this guy. You know what I'm saying? I don't.
It can be controversial and boring.
Yeah,
That's
you can't
not
be
fun.
a controversial,
That's not good.
boring cat.
Come
You know
on,
what I'm saying? And have no points. You know?
Yeah.
And piss off literally all of the bad bitches.
Oh my god.
Literally,
bro.
I was like, what was the end game here?
like that
What
was.
Did he
that
ask?
end game?
Did he ask you to come?
What?
To come on the show?
Nah,
Or
it was just it was like a thing where we were here, and I was just like, yeah, why don't we record something? You know what I mean? It's like, and it turned into something weird because he doesn't have a personality and can't talk about anything but politics. You know what I'm saying? So. It
Dry.
became, it's a dry shit,
can't
bro.
do that shit.
I can't. I
don't even talk politics, to be honest. It's like the
I get
one
angry.
subject I like just skip over.
Yeah, because I just get mad. Like I just end up getting mad because one, I'm dumb and I don't know anything about politics, and two, is just like, yeah, it's a cyclical, right? You know, like it's an institution based on arguing in circles, you know, and nothing much getting done. So why argue about it?
Also, it's just like an
Especially when we don't have any
illusion that
power.
there's two sides, but really there just is no. I don't know.
Two
It's
cheeks
money.
on the same ass.
Yeah.
Two cheeks on the same ass.
Exactly.
That-
What is it?
I
It was like
that.
two wings on the same bird.
Something like
Oh, yeah.
that. Like
Yeah,
two
same
head-
thing.
yeah, two heads on
Yeah.
the same bird or something like that.
Some
Two heads on the
shit.
same dragon.
You two-headed birds, Nick?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how fucking nutty this shit has gotten.
Exactly.
Yes, it's a two-headed bird.
Two-headed
Yeah.
bird, dude.
Remember
No,
when you
I-
used to
But
see
you know,
those at
but
the
you
circus?
know, but you know, but you know,
Birds aren't real.
never been real.
Never been.
Never been real.
Shit's for the birds.
Bro, I had
They
the little, I
killed
had
all
the
the birds
sheet.
after Woodstock.
I had the sheet. I don't have it anymore. It's like all the birds are what they really are. Just like a pigeon's like a urban surveillance
Urban
drone.
surveillance.
You know what I'm saying? It's like a
Like seagulls was like aquatic.
yeah. Seagulls are like aquatic.
Oh, that's what that
yeah.
means.
Yeah, it was like it's a silly satire thing, but like
That's
yeah.
hilarious.
Like the last bird died in 1976.
See, but I can get on board with that. That's kind of.
Yeah.
It's just
At
how
this
intricate
point-
it is. It's hilarious. So
Yeah.
I can get on board with
It's
it.
a- it's a-
Yeah,
unironically.
I was gonna
it's a
say,
great bit.
it just sounds like it's. I could,
Oh, shit. You have a pair of like, you got any Oakleys up there?
I have sunglasses.
No, I mean like fucking, you know what I'm saying, like conservative Oakleys.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna start doing it.
You gonna start using those?
Yeah,
Yeah,
new
but I'll
idea.
bring them. I don't think I have them up there, but they're probably in that drawer down
I'm
there.
gonna start doing a new little character.
All right, bet. Yeah, because we had the Koopy character, then we have Kyle.
We have the working class Italians.
We have the working class Italians.
Can you do voices?
We have the Bostonians.
He's better than I am.
I'm not
Like
great.
accents?
I gotta get into it. Like that's the thing.
Yeah.
Like we gotta like start. Yeah, you get to start. Then I'm like I could get into it.
His
Yeah.
Hank Hill is really good. And his Italian is really fucking good when he gets going. When he gets going, the
Now I have
Italian.
pressure. Now it's pressure.
Is it like a Jersey accent? Those are my favorite.
It's more Bostonian.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? You made me look like a fucking asshole, Paulie. What are you gonna do? See, I can't do it under pressure.
No, that sounded really good.
I have to riff.
That sounded really good. I can't just do it.
It must be a
Jesus
riff.
Christ,
My-
Tony, every time I come in the bar, it's hoopla.
Every
So
single
blunt.
time. You're gonna
By
kill
the-
your mother. You want to kill your mother.
By the way, you haven't paid your interest that month. My uncle told you he told me to remind you about that.
Hey, kid. Hey, come here. Look at me, huh? What does it look like? Born yesterday, huh?
Mr. Facinelli, please. I don't want
Mr.
any.
Facinelli.
I don't want any contact.
Mr. Facinelli Yamaguchi.
Let's not make contact with one another. There's a pandemic going on. It's very dangerous.
I don't want to see your ugly
It's
face
very
in my
dangerous.
establishment again. All right?
Have you been?
All right?
Have you been to the Negro neighborhoods? It's dropping them like flies. It's crazy.
Have I been to the Negro neighborhood? Who put the guns in the Negro neighborhood?
Your uncle.
Yeah, that's a fun one.
Yeah.
The Boston one's pretty close to that one.
I lost it. That one's on me. I lost
Yeah, Hank Hill. But, my Hank Hill is okay.
it. Nah, come on.
Yeah, it's great. It's I gotta hear him say something though. But Peggy the boy ain't right. Well, I sell propane and propane accessories.
Oh yeah, that's really good.
See, like this
yeah,
shit is.
that was on point.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun because that's what I do. I just talk to myself when I'm alone and it's like do voices.
Yeah.
Or try to do voices and shit.
See, kudos to my now fiance basically. 'Cause
What?
she-
Congrats, man.
Yeah, thanks.
What?
You know what it is. Stability. It's
Exactly.
It's good.
Government contracts.
Yeah, but no, because she'll just deal with all my shit. Like, there's times where I can't do accents on, like, it just comes to me. Like,
Yeah, no,
comes to me like
yeah.
in a dream. And like all of a sudden I'll just be like, one time we were like driving to New York and I was just talking to myself. I created different characters. And then when I finally stopped talking, she's like, so are you done now? And I was like, well, thanks for not interrupting me. So yeah, I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure I'm
thanks.
done now. And then I tried to like show my friend later and I couldn't do it.
Oh, yeah,
I was
it's
just
like,
in the
shit.
moment, in the zone, and I was just like, you know what? I appreciate you for not interrupting me. Like,
exactly.
you were just like, shut the fuck up. Like, it's like you just
What
kind
are
of
you
are like, all right,
doing?
she's just doing her thing right now, whatever.
Exactly. That's how I feel about most people doing most things. It's like I've done enough like psychedelics in my life to where I was like any kind of weird behavior I'm cool with. It's just
Yeah.
like as long as it's not violent or like oddly sexual or something. Like, you know, it's like
Just regularly sexual.
Yeah, just like regular sexual was fine. But like, yeah, I was like, oh, okay, like I'm gonna let you do that until you stop. You know?
Yeah.
Let you tire yourself out.
I'm gonna let you tuck yourself out there because it
Yeah.
doesn't really bother me. You know what I mean? It's fine. It's cool. You know? But I'm gonna get better with the voices just being on command. That's why I just don't feel pressure. I just gotta learn like things to say. This is like
Yeah.
as like a Hasidic Jew or like an Italian or something like that.
All I talk about is like giving out loans and shit, you know?
Nah, not giving out loans. Yeah, is more accurate.
Where do you think that money's gonna go, huh?
It's gonna go
Back into his community? That's what you think?
right into drugs.
You
Hey,
been-
yeah, I think.
You been to Harlem? Huh?
It's
I listen to NBA Youngboy. You know what a re-up is?
It's just their community.
It's when he
do
goes-
drugs and,
It's when they go to abandoned homes and they buy more drugs. And then they
prostitutes.
and then they distribute those drugs, you know, to their various contacts. I don't know how it works. All I know is
how it works
they
exactly.
can't do it in the building
All
anymore.
I know
I'm tired
is-
of it. I'm gonna sell.
All I
I'm
know
gonna
is I
sell.
own a boat. That's a thinker. That's a thinker.
Wait.
It's a Jewish character. I own a boat. Talking about the black community. Come on.
Oh,
Yeah, come on.
Oh, wait,
Come on, come on.
Times. Wait, two times.
Come on, brother.
Oh,
Yeah,
Oh,
bro.
yeah, I got that. I got that.
shit.
Anyway.
That was my delayed, like,
Any-
oh, yeah,
Yeah, anywho.
yeah.
But yeah, I think we can wrap this one up, man. This has been a really good time. This has been a really good podcast. Yeah, go ahead, like plug like, you know, all the things you plug, like your socials and, you know, Doughnut
All
Shop, all that
right.
good
So
stuff.
the website is www.doughnutshop.com.
Okay, bet.
All right, but we're gonna
bet.
spell that DOUGHNUT because I'm complicated. You know what I
Okay.
mean? I just like to I like to be different.
Exactly.
Um,
you gotta,
so
you gotta
that's-
stand out somehow.
Yeah, so that's
You know?
doughnutshopco.com, and then we have everything else, basically any social media, Facebook, Twitter. I've basically created all of them, all of the platforms. So that's
Basically
also
pull myself up from the bootstraps.
Yeah,
My
so it's
bone
all gonna be-
We all
bootstraps.
get the same 24. That's all I'm saying.
Huh?
so and you'll find me at Doughnut Shop Co on everything.
Boom.
You know what I'm saying? Because That's original.
Yeah,
what it is.
exactly.
They
If
were
you can
not.
get it- if you can
That
get
was
a
not
good
available
name,
on any website. I was able to claim all of them.
That's perfect. I was able to do the same thing with Tommytynz. I was so happy. I was
Yeah.
like, every single. I was like that. No damn dots. No nothing. I
Yeah,
was
like
as
it's
long-
like,
it looks
oh,
per-
that's
it looks-
incorrect. You're gonna have to add a 174 dot. Like it's like, what? Why do I want to add any of that,
Makes
bro?
you look like a bot. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like, yeah, fucking.
Money
I
and
look like a, I look like a
breakfast, baby.
celebrity. One word. It was like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's celebrity status right there.
Like
But,
I wanted
yeah.
to change my shit to like my personal one to like Lebanon Dawn. Obviously, it's
Lebanon
not
Dawn.
very like.
Oh, that's been taken.
Oh yeah, that was
Yeah,
that
yeah,
was
you
definitely.
take it,
I
bro.
was like, and I was
That's
like,
a
maybe
taste.
like Lebanon Dawn like 93. No, that shit's taken. 27 is taken. I was like, I'm not. I was like,
Come on.
the
Try
the
one.
dot is taken. The underscore is taken. I'm like, fuck it. I'm just gonna leave it like the way it is.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be. Yeah, it's gonna be this.
I'm like, well, that's me trying to not like. I mean, obviously, I was not being original in that. So you know.
Yeah, right.
That's
It
what
was
it
a
is.
wake up call.
Yeah.
it was a wake up call. You're just like, maybe this isn't great.
But yeah.
Nah, but yeah, guys, fucking go get some Doughnut Shop. Please,
Money
go get
and
some.
breakfast on Instagram. Tommytynz on Instagram. Attic and Friends on YouTube. Attic and Friends on Twitter.
On all social media, I think, right? We got them all.
Did you Facebook? I wanted to tag you guys on Facebook earlier.
We don't have a.
So technically,
It's
it's
Twitter now.
it's connected to the old joint, so it's not technically our page. So
Oh,
we have to make
okay.
another page.
I would
Okay.
say do it and connect everything to everything. It makes makes your life easy, and
Yeah,
two,
yeah.
like
That makes sense.
people don't sleep on Facebook. People do fucking get on that
A
shit.
lot. I've
a
heard
lot of people
it.
are on Facebook. That's the
The
thing.
fucking-
Like, I sleep
They
on
do,
it.
they
but
try to
a
act
lot
like
of
they're not,
people-
but they're fucking on there.
The fucking stupid argument started over a picture on Facebook.
Yeah, the stupid Gaithersburg racist argument. Yeah, it started on Facebook. Oddly enough,
Yeah,
it was like that's the thing. Like that was more than the question I asked. Like everybody's like, y'all can still go on Facebook.
yeah, no,
What
they're
y'all
on there.
lurking on Facebook for, bro.
They're on there, and it's like, especially like for like running ads and shit. Facebook is like the spot because it
Yeah.
funnels it into Instagram and everything else. And I'm just like, you know what, Mark Zuckerberg, you fucking piece of shit.
So you,
Like-
you non-human.
Yeah, I'm like,
You
you
fucking
fucking reptilian, you
Yeah, bro.
But basically,
I
yeah.
don't know why
So
you didn't
everything.
have friends because you couldn't relate to humans. The
Yeah,
fuck?
make all of those accounts because sadly they just need to all exist.
yeah,
Yeah.
I feel that 100%.
Yeah, be
That's
found
fun.
everywhere.
Yeah, no, I 100% feel that we need to get on the Facebook thing. But like, funny enough, like there's another riff where we ended fucking. It doesn't it make more sense Mark Zuckerberg being an alien and inventing something like Facebook because to his alien mind is like, oh well, this only makes sense that they all have to be connected. You know what I mean? Like I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
It's an
Because
uncooked bit.
if he's like a hive mind kind of
Yeah, he's like a high
But
mind.
didn't
He's
he
like,
like steal Facebook?
Yes.
Yeah. So I mean,
well, kind of.
no, I mean to Mark Zuckerberg's credit, like the idea wasn't original.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If he's an
Yeah.
alien, he probably came to the flip like, why does this not exist? It's so simple.
Yeah, exactly. Because
Yeah.
like like the idea of like a forum at his school, he stole like technically, but like the idea of this a forum in general is not.
well, yeah, not in general, but I mean, like I remember back,
Centralized
like,
one is-
back when
yeah.
the switch from MySpace to Facebook happened. Like it was so funny. I would be talking to people and they'd be like, "Yeah, we're all on Facebook now. That's like the new cool thing." And I
Oh,
was like,
man.
I feel like we
I was
made a
like,
mistake.
damn. And then you go to Facebook, that shit was dry as fuck. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, I can't code. I'm like, I can't add music on this shit. Why are we on here? I'm like,
It was
We
nut-
made,
it
we
was
made
like-
a mistake.
Where?
We made a mistake. That's why we're in 2020 now, is because we left MySpace.
yeah.
That's the thing. Yeah, because I never got. I was too young and shit. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't have a MySpace because my parents were strict. And like to like what everyone says about it, it was
Yeah.
it was the superior app.
I think
Oh,
the
is that
OG, the OG
Yeah.
was Zanga.
Zanga.
Oh yeah, that's like really fucking OG.
Yeah,
It's like with an
not
X. Yeah, no, look that
Not
shit. That's
it.
like some fucking
Not
old.
at all.
That died when I
I wonder
basically
if the
like.
servers are still up.
Yeah, like that. I don't even know when that died, but that was a thing that was the transition from that. Like
Oh,
literally the end of it into MySpace, and that was like obviously like when I was like in middle school and shit like that, and then at some point like it was like Facebook, and I'm like,
Oh man, Zanga point 2 is here.
yeah, like
Is Visca still here?
so that was just like everybody was like fuck Zanga because that was kind of like a Tumblr. Like I feel like that was their first attempt at Tumblr. It's
That it
kind of like
deserved to
blog.
die.
Yeah, it was like blog-esque kind of style, and then but you could still kind of do like the coding and make your
Yeah.
shit look cool and have like the little like what is it, like the little stars falling from the fucking
Oh,
top
yeah,
of
yeah,
Oh yeah, all that
top
cool
to the
shit.
bottom,
Yeah.
and then then we went to MySpace and that shit was just fucking
Nutty.
lit, and then
MySpace
Facebook
is-
ruined everything.
MySpace is Android. Facebook is an iPhone. I feel like because like you can do
Yeah.
technically more shit on Android than you can on
Way
an iPhone.
more.
But like, why?
Yeah.
Who has an Android?
I'm surprised MySpace is still up. That's just like
Yeah, like
Why?
apparently like their servers were like they like relaunched and the servers were just so bad. Like they had to like stop and try again or something like that.
Yeah, I was in one of my like marketing classes, and they were basically saying like, do you like some people were like, do you think like MySpace could like live again? And I'm like, if you made that shit like kind of how it was, like for the nostalgic reasons, I would be back on that bitch. Like, yeah, I want to see the little new messages pop up and my little new comments, but if it's that same fucking thing, anything
unchanged.
else, and I'm like, oh hell no, I don't even want the stuff that they were eventually like transitioning to. Like, I don't
like
even
iPhone
want
apps. Like, I don't want to get on
like, I don't want you like
iPhone.
Stop developing this shit. I just fucking like it the way it is. Like, don't ruin things. You guys ruined Snapchat. Like,
just keep it modern. Just keep it fast. Just keep it fast.
It was so pure.
I know.
It was just for naked pictures.
It was in drug deals. You know, it was like it was a pure. That's
entity. All it was. It was literally an app for the people.
It was an app for the people.
And now
now it's just all ads. It's all like Hinge ads and shit.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Like, they do like articles and all that good shit on there. Like, I'm like,
I still do get on Snapchat. I just don't. I don't know.
Like
it's weird. I couldn't get myself to do like, other than like Instagram for Doughnut Shop. Like, I couldn't get myself to do like the stories of like on Facebook or the stories on Instagram. Like
I'm not doing much today.
Some people upload all their shit on all their platforms. I'm like, damn, you got a lot of time on your hands.
Man.
Like,
and it'd be the same shit. My thing would be like, I'll follow you like on Instagram and Snapchat, and it'll be like the same story.
Yeah,
like, come on, bro. Like, I noticed. Like, come on. Like, I know you're not an entertainer.
Like, we know this isn't fucking real.
Yeah, like, come on though. Have some respect.
They're like, well, I got like different
this
followers here, and I got different followers here, so I'm just like appealing to my whole.
Yeah, I kind of have that, but like for the most part, like I just use it for marketing. Really, like I'll post like addict stuff on Snapchat every once in a while, but that's about it. I'll peep like 3 or 4 stories and be out.
Sometimes I want to delete my like personal IG. I don't get on it. Like people will be like, "Hey, can I?" And I feel like it sounds like so bad, like I'm like self promoting. But they'll be like, "Hey, like what's your IG?" And I'm like, "I'm gonna be honest with you. Like if you want to contact me, it's Doughnut Shop. Like I don't fucking get on anything else. Yeah. So I'm not self promoting, but I'm just telling you like this is my IG.
Yeah, of course.
So,
that's
you want to speak to me, you speak to Doughnut Shop.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like I'm like that's just my IG. So like half the time half the time they'll somehow find my other IG, and I'm like, dude, I barely get on here. Like my friends send me memes here, and I'm like, I'll get the notification, I'll go laugh the meme, and go back to Doughnut Shop.
Yeah, then go back to the damn
like
my home.
Yeah,
you
like
know what I mean?
I'm just like, there's just don't even bother with that shit. Like I don't upload anything on there, and it's just.
Yeah, because it's
just a dead page. It's my Finsta.
It's a waste.
It's my Finsta.
Yeah, it's a waste. Yeah, fucking Snap.
Yeah, I don't even have the attention span for that. All that shit. Like I'll get on Snap mainly for story type shit. Like actually I just get on Snap, I post a story, never watch it again.
Yeah, then you don't even watch it yourself.
And then like sometimes I'll like post my stories. It's from Doughnut Shop, because then there's always those people who will watch your personal stuff, like we said earlier, but don't go to your business page.
Exactly.
And so I'm like, since you missed it on the IG, I'm gonna add it to my Snap. But that's the only time I do it.
Just in case you missed it.
Yeah, I'm like, running a sale. For all you people who always say they're gonna buy a fucking shirt, but you never do.
Yeah, wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
I'm like running a fucking sale.
Yeah, bro. You know what I mean? But nah, man, this has been great. This has been a good one, man.
Yeah,
absolutely.
No, this was dope. I like this.
This is a great one. But yeah, guys, remember We Kill Cowboys in the Attic. Everywhere you get podcasts, remember, like, share, and subscribe. Attic and Friends on all social medias. Just follow us. Comment on our funny stuff, and we post funny stuff. And yeah,
I like to post the funnies.
I like to post the funnies every once in a while. Go get you some Doughnut Shop, guys. Buy guns and land, and we'll get you next time.
Let's make a book bag.
We out.